I got these rappers, but see, like these bros that be coming and they working their necks on, thinking they catch my keys and they step up in my home. Fake friends make enemies and real ones know that money and spirit show up just to steal your flow. Now lying say I ain't help you, and every time that I step to a track, I try to connect you, but you niggas turn to bitches, so now I cannot respect you. Lost a family member, proud about it. Nigga called cap, not to my face, but on the phone talking behind my back. Did he really do that? Was it really like that? I don't know. Welcome to another episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by H.W. Wicks, handcrafted candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. Also by the Block family, which started on Marlowe's Corner. We just forever keeping it going. Also by the Track Titans, is which where we get our music from. So if you know somebody that's looking for beats to go in their videos, start in between as interludes, or at the end, tell them to hit me up and we'll hook them up. Also, I done told you once, I done told you twice. Let me go and make it a third time. Champ Ross Fantasy Boxing League. If you ain't in it, you tripping. If you ain't in it, you ain't getting no money, because Champ Ross offers cash prizes, first, second, and third. I done said this once, I done said this twice, and I guess the third time's the charm. So if you know how to call a fight, or you think you know how to call a fight, tell them the MZ sent you. Go on over there to Champ Ross Fantasy Boxing League, jump in there and see what you can do. But if you go over there slipping, you will get your dome shoot. This man keeps up with your stats. You get your stats after the fights, and everything is on the up and up. So if you think you can call a fight coming by way of knockout, decision, it's all on you. Go ahead over there and join the community, because there's a lot of great minds that love boxing and would love to get it on with you. With that being said, what's happening? We're going to go ahead and have a little conversation. It's pretty much open tonight. You know, the San Antonio Spurs are down here, the city that I'm in. San Antonio are doing their things. Wembanyama seems to be proving to the world that he has what it takes to help the Spurs try to get over that hump. So they're fighting it out in the Western Conference Finals. The Eastern Conference Finals are going on. I'm hoping that the San Antonio Spurs pull it off so they can go ahead and get into the finals and see if they can get another championship. This city is right now ready to erupt. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and fall back into the music, wait for the population to populate, and we're going to go ahead and have us some fun. With that being said,
Mama is gone, daddy is gone, forever removed, no talk on the phone. Brother and sisters have moved far away, so now you be feeling that you're all alone. Those that will ride with you will smile in your face while despising you. They'll make up a story, know it's a lie, then come and ask you if it is true. This is what they will do, wait around for the problems to compound and you misstep. You might even drop a tear, and that's alright, cause Jesus wept.
Listen to what we say to you. This may be little to you, but it's true. Listen to what we say to you. This may be little to you, but it's true. Oh, so
it's hard to put your trust in anybody will fuck over that. You put your trust in the ones that you love, and man, they fuck over that. They walk with no empathy, and their actions they show you no sympathy. You look in their eyes, you trying to find love, but only value an enemy. This is what's killing me, negative energy, pushing us deep in infinity. Patiently waiting for things to change, but I guess that will never be. Hey, we'll never
listen to what we say to you. This may be little to you, but it's true. Listen to what we say to you. This may be little to you, but it's true. Oh, so.
The hate that I see on the daily is crazy. People act hard, but they really fugazi. Looking at me and comparing themselves. But I don't compare to nobody else. I'm a one of one, you a none of none. Numismatic value over the sun. Count the stacks, then we throw out the ones. Disrespect, then we bring out the gun. I'm telling you, man, we ain't the same. You is a lame, I can't complain. Even if I did, nothing to change. Use a hoe, and that fact remains. Top of the mind, top of the morning, top of my grind. Y'all niggas yawning. Listen, we on it. We ain't gonna stop it. Y'all can keep throwing that shade like an awning.
It's a lot going on. So, some things that I would like for us to be able to touch on tonight. Thinking about opening up the panel, letting people come in, whether they new, long standing. We're gonna let them come in and say a few things just to, get it off their chest. Ryan Garcia talking about that Conor Benn thing, so I guess he's gonna go Conor Benn and not face Devin Haney right out the gate. But different moves for different folks. That's how I go in boxing. I'd like to know what you guys think about it when you start following in. I like to wait for my brothers and sisters to come on and join the conversation before we really just get deep down into it. Also, Brian Norman Jr. People had doubts about him. They wanted to know what he was going to look like after he took the loss against Devin Haney, in which one case I didn't realize that the man had a 72-inch reach. That is a very good thing to have as far as boxing. He's not a tall guy, but he got a nice little reach to him. And I don't think that he used that quite well enough against Devin. But his return fight with Ronnie Shields in his corner, he kind of looked back to being the old Brian Norman Jr. that we used to seeing. He got the stoppage. I want to know what your thoughts are on that. Your thoughts on Keyshawn Davis. Did his fight turn out the way it did? He got the win. No problem at all. He got the win. But do you think that he kind of didn't really want to be fighting Albright again? He's ready to move on to something else. I seen him pick, he picked the guy up, threw him down on the floor. I think that was a concentration faux pas or a mental faux pas because, you shouldn't really let yourself get stuck into a situation like that. You're a champion. You're trying to go ahead and get your brand where people are loving it and flocking to it. And you keep just seeming to have these mental lapses. And I guess it doesn't look as good because you're having a mental lapse with the same person. It's the same guy that beat your brother back in the day. And then you guys beat him up in the locker room. So you pick him up in the fight, slam him to the ground. But it is what it is, and it does what it does. And he got to win the victory. So that is that. Also, I know people have been wondering, what's going to be the move with David Benavidez next? Now, I hear that Bivol is talking, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about taking care of business with old David Benavidez. If I'm catching this correctly, I saw a write-up on it. One of my brothers sent it to us in the Discord. And it says, my personal goal right now is this guy Benavidez, who, let's just say, talks a lot. We'll see what he's really made of. I'd like to stop him. I'd like him to stop running his mouth. For that to happen, someone has to get in the ring with him and shut it up for good. I believe these are the words from light heavyweight champion Bivol, Demetrius Bivol. And we all know that Bivol can fight, but the scuttlebutt is, David Benavidez might just be a little better than Bivol. Say he's been getting the best of him when they were in sparring, and this was a young David Benavidez that said he was getting the best of Bivol in sparring. So even though things seem to be moving slow, things could pick up, and we can get a better look. We can end up getting a look at Bivol versus David Benavidez, a fight that people, I'm pretty sure, would love to see come to fruition. With that being said, the thing that is dominating the cycles of media right now is the slap heard around the world, or at least the slap heard around the boxing. But I guess I have to say it around the world because you got the hip hop fans that are Remy Ma fans, and seems to be Clarissa haters and Papoose haters and Papoose supporters and Clarissa supporters and Alicia Baumgardner supporters or haters, or whichever side of the fence you stand on. Something happened. Now, at the Ronda Rousey fight with Gina. Damn it, her last name slips me. But the fight that lasted like 10 seconds, I didn't realize Gina was 44 years old. Should have had paid a little more attention to it. But Ronda's like, what, 37, 38, 39, I believe it's 39, right? Knocking at the door of 40. Something that I kind of realized after the fight started was a striker at the age 44 who hasn't been active at all. Ronda did have the wrestling going, so she was staying in shape like that. But she's not a striker. She's get you down, put you in the lock you up. And I think that's like something slow to go, like strength, power. Like, you say for a boxer, the power is the last thing to go. And she didn't even give it time to warm up. She went for the shoot, took Gina down. Before you knew it, she was in an arm lie. I don't know what you call it, arm bar. She tapped out. Boom. Just like that, the fight's over. Congratulations, Jake Paul, MVP, for putting on the show on Netflix. But the thing, like I said, that seems to be dominating the cycles of media is the incident that happened with Clarissa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner. I'm going to pretty much find out what you guys to say about it and see if people would get somebody to come in and probably give their thoughts on, I'm going to open it up. Like I said, let people say what they got to say tonight respectfully. It's open tonight. So say what you feel respectfully. Now, if my family comes in and they decide they want to get on the panel and they're holding it down, I have to put it out there that they will and always will be the ones that to get a chance to speak first. If we have the space or the time to squeeze people in every once in a while, we give them a few, maybe about 2 minutes to say what they got to say and keep it moving. But the family, they will always hold a spot. So with that being said, I'm going to fall back for a minute, let some tunes play. And like I said, let the chat populate, and I'll try to get some things put together for us to keep rolling. Y'all sit back and enjoy.
Niggas talk a lot of game till it's time to play one. I hear a whole lot of yap. They ain't gonna say nothing. Get your whole shit smacked, and ain't no coming back from that. You move like a bitch, and I ain't even capping black. Thinking this a joke? I ain't really laughing black. Let the pistol smoke. Your mama gonna be wearing black. The sister sniffing coke. After this, she gonna be smoking crack. And front row Joe ain't gonna never get his brother back. Did I stutter black? So fuck is that? Every one of your fears confirmed. You can trust in that. Every one of your peers gon' burn. Where the mustard got a pin on where your shit at, nigga. We on your musty ass.
I'm standing on the block. Niggas always stay away from me. Say they got game, but none of them will play with me. Pressure bust pipe, so I'ma play the plumber now. Niggas say he lying though, so I guess he bringing thunder now. Woo! And I ain't even bust a rhyme with that. Put that daylight in your soul, have your people begging, bringing back. Rappers claim they gang stars, running like some refugee. A poor righteous teacher, keep them humble, they can't flex with me.
Hey, they said storms coming, man. Whatever be coming, man, he always ready. And
I run the last leg, hand me the stick, and I'm out this bitch. You got a lot of money, but I ain't never seen you couch a bitch. I'm looking in her eyes, and I absolutely doubt the bitch. I lay her life down for you, cause nigga, you a counterfeit. Y'all get that stepped on, we provide the straight drop. Dump the whole cookie out. Don't forget to scrape the pot. Chopping up chunks, shit look like a gravel road. Moving so fast, it ain't even gonna matter, bro. Pockets on swole, bump in the trunk. thick yellow bitch like an all-day brunch. Only roll the hard top cause niggas be sniping. Taking your life, ain't nobody fighting.
Code name Barney Rubble, sold plenty Flintstones, always had plenty stock, scooping up the bedrock, fuck with them bad hoes, deep throat no joke, always with me chillin', but they always brag no choke, hover over headstones, bid my haters good night, something that I won't do is bring a knife to a gunfight, let me help you understand, I always get my get back, even if it takes a whole year, I'm gonna get that, petty's what they call me, so petty's what I am, bro. Catch you in the club and leave you leaking on the dance floor. Catch you with your broad and leave you leaking in the arms. So when you see me coming, you know what it is that I'm there for. Hey, they says arms coming, man. Whatever be coming, man. We always ready, yeah.
Wonder why it changes when we come around. We make these niggas change their smiles into a frown. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where they at? There they go. Fucking with these old school G's, your ass gotta go. Running your mouth like your ass got fucking time. Knowing damn well that we serious about eyes. Bumping is the cause of this, and you do it well. I'm feeling like LL God, like rock the bells, take a pool stick, hit you across your fucking head. Love it, now what's that shit you said? Who that is sparking like they bout that gang bang? Thought you could hide, we didn't know where you hang. Who that is sparking like you bout that gang bang? Lame ass niggas getting wings, believe that.
Hey, they say storms coming, man. Whatever be coming, man. We always ready, yeah.
Shorty looking mad fly, had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this.
Shorty looking mad fly, had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulated conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene, know what I mean? Feel me? Really? I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my. Passed the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said it's Otis, last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, and you get high. Then I'm your guy.
If I got the high, you got the low, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the low, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the low, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the low, you can make this track go.
So good. Say what you want, just be blunt, I can stand the pain. Take a ride on the great airlines, I promise you'll be glad you came. The fire in your eyes make wetness between your thighs. You say you never blow, I eliminate your disguise. Underneath your green exterior, I gaze. Exploration of your brain leaves me in a purple haze. I see consent as my morals continue living. I just like to engage in a little oral tradition. So pardon my unorthodox approach to blazing luscious. That's just the way I roll. Lick the split before I stuff it. You like it hot, I got enough smoke to choke the average stroke. But tonight I'm trying to go a little deeper. Loving the feel of your hips, taking drags off this gas, just puff and never pass. I'm your high value reaper.
I got the high, you got the low, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the low, you can make this track go.
If I got the high, you got the low, we can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the low, we can make this track go. I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower. Am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling and she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, girl, hurry up. She placed her gaze back up on and took a deep sigh and said, I'm so home. You want a drink? I said, yeah. And while she walking to the table, she asked him what I think. I like the way your lips poke, I like she pout. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, oh, you like what you see? Before I can answer, I heard, hey, what about me? I turned around, she got a pose with no clothes, with a leg up on the chair, with her hands on his toes. She said, don't speak, just lay back on the bed. Said something about double D. Yeah, you heard what she said. If I got the high, you got the low, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the low, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the low, we can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the low, we can make this track go.
Man, that one goes hard. That's the track Titans featuring Decane. Well, as I was saying earlier, Ryan Garcia, I guess he's going to go ahead and not fight Devin Haney like the way he had been talking or they had been talking. But then again, it's hard to trust these fighters when they just get to running off at the mouth about who's going to fight, when they're going to fight, and what they're going to fight. Now I'm understanding, or at least I'm hearing rumbles that there's a deal that they're trying to strike between Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn at 147 pounds, which if the fight does take place, I'm not a great fan of Ryan Garcia for the way he talks, but I got to give the man his props and say he can, and I do believe it's a possibility that he could beat Conor Benn. But my thinking on that is Ryan would have to be able to, one, withstand Conor Benn trying to rush him, if that's what Conor Benn does. You know, last fight he had, he didn't really seem like he was trying to take it straight to the guys like he usually tries to do and be the destroyer. I have my doubts about Ryan if a fighter runs at him and really unleashes heat right out the gate and just puts a lot of pressure on him and puts him on his back foot and have him covering up a lot and mostly in a defensive posture. But at the same time, I have seen him shoot some nice shots that can stop a person, body shot or a head shot. Ryan Garcia has the ability to do either or, and he has some great hand speed. You know, there's no need to take away from him on that. The man does have good hand speed. Like I said, I would even say some great hand speed for a guy like himself. And he can connect with Conor Benn, possibly a few shots. I don't know how many shots Conor Benn can actually take of that level, that speed. And it's the shots that you don't see that can catch you slipping. And we've seen Ryan is pretty quick with the left hook, but we also saw he added a wrinkle by throwing the right hook into the situation, which Mario Barrios found out in their fight when he lost his belt to Ryan Garcia. So there is a chance that it could be a making of a good fight. All I can say is that Ryan Garcia would have to be prepared and ready for any type of Conor Benn, especially the one that call himself trying to be the destroyer and coming out there well in the way. If Ryan Garcia can use his footwork and move slightly around the ring, put his boxing skills to the test over Conor Benn, because Conor Benn, we all know, is a late starter, late bloomer in boxing. Ryan Garcia should be able to lay back on his experience, the things that he's learned, you know, being in the ring with other fighters as a pro, rely on his amateur background. And I think that he should be able to pull the victory off against Conor Benn. Not sure how other people would think about it, but, you know, that's my take on it. I think he'd be able to handle Conor Benn. I won't say easily, but it should be easily, seeing that he is the more experienced of the two. You know, the panel will be open, like I said. People come in, we get a chance to talk about it. Like I said, I know the basketball is probably hogging up some things because the Eastern playoffs are going off. I'm not that big of a channel, so I don't expect to be able to bring that much noise and pull people away. But as time grows and time goes, we will get things going like we need to. With that, I also have to say thoughts on Keyshawn Davis and his fight. He once again they got a chance to pull a card together with he and his brothers, all on the same card. I think they all got their victories. Keyshawn, I feel like he could have looked a lot more polished, a lot more professional, and I think if he had to just sit down and put the fight in front of him and let it unfold, I think he could have made it look a lot easier, a lot more smoother. He could have got a lot more shine in than what he did. But I don't know exactly what he was doing. In my opinion, I'd say he has mental lapses. He slips sometimes. And I think it could have been a possibility. He might have been a little uninterested in the fight with Albright. But Albright did poke at him a couple of times. You know, he poked at him in the build up to the fight at the press conference. You know, he brought up the fact that Keyshawn did coming in, you know, steal his glory from him on the night that he beat his brother, which didn't seem to sit too well with Keyshawn. You could see the look on his face. He didn't seem too happy about that situation. And, you know, I feel like he should, you know, he missed weight, not by a lot, you know, a couple of pounds he had. I mean, not even a couple of pounds. It wasn't much, but they say he had to come back to the scale a couple of times in order to get himself right. Could have been had him some water or something, you know, could have ended up eating a sandwich or something early, and it probably put a little bit on, but he burned it off. My thing is, you know, people are going to use that, and some people are going to use that against him and be like he wasn't professional, things of like that nature. But I'm saying, I feel like maybe he wasn't really just up for that Albright fight. You know, he felt like he was going to get Albright out of there. He got the win. He didn't get the stoppage, but he did get the win. I feel like he could have looked a lot better. I think he could have used this. He should have used this opportunity to just wipe Albright out. That's my opinion. He should have used this opportunity to go ahead and get a full run on Albright and just shut that door completely. Albright is already standing in the corners again, asking, you know, saying he gonna want to get his run back. Kind of like Wardley saying he want to get his run back with Daniel Dubois, which I got to give Daniel Dubois a salute. He went to the hospital, I heard, and to visit old Wardley and, you know, let him know that bygones are bygones, everything is everything. We still good. Pretty professional type move, you know, pretty heads up thing. I shake my head to him, give him a salute. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, where am I? So with that being said, we got to see how things are going to unfold with Daniel Dubois being a champion again. Will that be a quick run it back? Will things move on forward? Will Moses Atama be getting a shot at one of these guys? What's going to happen? You know, Bivol is finally, you know, making a statement, making some noise, saying that he's going to deal with David Benavidez, or that's the way I understand when I read it and got to see him talking. That's what I got out of it. And David Benavidez is rolling pretty good. As long as he keeps on the trajectory that he is, I'm not for sure who I will pick right out the gate right now that's going to beat him. You know, Morrell got knocked out. We want to see what Morrell is going to do. Is he going to be able to make a comeback and readjust what he's done or how he's lost out? But the biggest thing that stood out of me from the night of that fight, the night of this weekend fights, was Keyshawn against your boy Albright. I felt like he could have made that fight look a lot better, a lot easier. The throwing him down onto the canvas like he did, you know, things happen, I guess. You know, you could say that. Some people say it was not a good look. Some people say, hey, you know, it is what it is. Albright didn't get hurt in the situation, but he could have, and it could have looked bad for Keyshawn. But Keyshawn did his thing, got his win. Another fight, this is the fight that really interested me because he was coming back off of a loss to Devin Haney. People were already counting him out, saying he wasn't what we thought he was. You know, he had the issues with his dad, Brian Norman Sr., because Brian Norman Jr. let him go. His dad was a little upset about that. it kind of picked up some steam when it first happened. But as time went by, father and son got it back together. You know, like the son said, that's my guy. He gonna always be my guy. That's my dad. I love my dad. But I felt like he had taken me as far as he could. We won a belt together, true enough, but he couldn't get me in the position to hold on to the belt. So, with that being said, he turned to Ronnie Shields. He said he was enjoying the fact he enjoyed the work with Ronnie Shields. He liked the way things are going. And because people had started comparing him to a Marvin Hagler type, a Evander Holyfield type fighter, he made the decision, well, if I'm being compared to Holyfield, I might as well go to the guy that helped make Holyfield, which we all know is a legend, a champion, a cruiserweight champion that turned into a heavyweight champion. And you can't argue with that. Now, I can say that Brian Norman Jr. went out there and he used a jab, an educated jab, a nice, strong, popping jab, and he had some speed on it. He had a little pepper on it. You know, he was feinting. He did some feinting. You know, he showed some wrinkles that he didn't show fighting against Devin Haney. Whether Devin Haney surprised him with some power that he just didn't think was there. But I can say this return for him coming back to the ring, it looked real good for Brian Norman Jr. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do down the road. Like I said, I didn't realize that he had a 72-inch reach that he should have used in the fight against Devin Haney. It would probably have turned into a different competition than what did that night. But you can't cry over spilled milk, and you know, hindsight is always 20/20. With that being said, Brian Norman Jr. seems to be back on the path. You know, people are saying he's back. You know, Brian Norman Jr. is back. Now, the guy that he fought, I heard them say that he had walked away from boxing. And this is not to take away from Brian Norman Jr. It's just something that I thought was kind of funny, that his brother, who is a boxer, who was also in his trainer, not Brian Norman Jr., but the guy that Brian Norman Jr. was fighting, had talked to old Brian Norman into coming back. Said he had something. Said he had something that he could probably turn into champion. He could be on the top of the pile, top of the cream of the crop. Well, seeing the way Brian Norman Jr. pretty much walked him down and just took him out of the fight, I think he should talk to his brother and let his brother know, hey, next time you come and tell me what you think I got, make sure you're really seeing it. Don't just be telling me something because you're my brother and you love me and you want me to be back in the sport with you. Make sure that you get me together, because it didn't seem like he was ready for what it was that Brian Norman was bringing to him. And then he gets stopped the first time. He didn't really get up in time, in my opinion. He wasn't up off the floor fast enough before the 10 count was over with. But the referee, if this was one of those times, you'd have to say the referee was going out of his way to make sure he had every chance to make a good showing for himself. This was a night that happened. And the referee allowed him to get up, allowed him to try to finish the fight, finish the round, and try to make a look for himself. But Brian Norman Jr. jumped on him like a raw steak, like he was the pit bull after some raw steak, and went on and got him out of there. The man got up, got up the second time, and I think he was making issues about his left shoulder. Something was going on with the shoulder, which is a good way to be able to try to get up out of something. You know, the kitchen got hot. You ain't really trying to be in there with all that heat. Brian Norman is bringing some heat to you, and it's just not, you don't seem like you got it. You just don't seem like you got it. So he made a complaint about his shoulder. The doctor came, checked him out. They called it off. The doctor called the fight. That was the end of that. Brian Norman Jr. is back in his winning ways. Now we have to see who they're going to set up for him next, and who it is that he'll be going into the ring with, and what kind of battle will be popping up. And will he be able to keep this up? Will he be able to keep moving forward and get his way back into championship contentions? That's the thing. How, they don't have him ranked very high in none of the boxing organizations, WBC, WBO, IBF, IBA, none of them have him ranked high because of the loss to Devin. And I guess they probably said the way he lost, so they probably dropped him down, which I've seen other fighters that could have been dropped down just as much with their losses. But, politics make a big difference for a lot of fighters. Just depends on who your name is and who you are. But anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing what Brian Norman Jr. is going to be able to bring back to the situation, back to the table, who he's going to be facing next, and how that fight would turn out. Lomachenko is back. He waited for his contract to be over, so now he's a free agent. I was one, when I first heard it a couple of weeks ago, first thing that came out of my mouth was, hey, get him a warm-up fight. And first person, I think, a name that should be called upon, which there are two at 135. And dare I say, one of those names is Tank, who's been out of the ring for a minute now. I think that would be a fight that would make some good noise. But the other name is Shakur Stevenson. And let me say, about four years ago, when I was asked the question, who do I think, when it comes down to it, when they were calling the Four Kings, who did I think will be the last two standing when it comes to those guys all facing off to each other? And I said between Tank and Shakur Stevenson, the baby world beater and Gervonta Tank Davis. I had kind of put in my mind, I said that I thought that Devin Haney would be the first one to take a loss, which, his loss, there were some stipulations around it, which got erased because, from what we understand, our boy Ryan Garcia popped dirty. And, it was just a big mess with all of that. But since Loma is back, I want to see if the names are called, if he's calling off Gervonta Davis, if he's going after that fight, if he calls out Shakur Stevenson, if he'll be going after that fight. Both of these guys, I believe, are well adapted to be able to take those fights. I'm not going to say that they'll be easy fights, especially they let that man Lomachenko go ahead and get himself back into the graces and get him a tune-up fight so he'll be ready, and see how that works out. I want to see how people are going to ride when it comes down to Lomachenko versus Tank. I know they said, Floyd threatened Tank with Lomachenko back in the day to get him to act right. And it's a big joke about that going around, and Tank got right. But I don't see anybody that has jumped up and made Shakur Stevenson have to act right or get right, or dare I say that, because I think the baby world beater will have a great fight against Lomachenko, two technicians going at it. Shakur Stevenson is, from what I understand, one of boxing's best fighters to have numbers that say he can touch you way more than you can touch him. And I believe he's like the number one guy with that. So with that being said, I think it'll be a good fight, good lineup. Just waiting and excited to see what happens. Fighter that I'm excited to see step into the ring again is Atoma. I want them to go ahead and unleash him completely and see how things are going. Daniel Dubois and him, I think that would be a good one. But I think the thing that I'm gonna go ahead and get to that that, like I said, has been dominating what's going on in boxing, and that is the slap that was heard around the world. How do you feel about the fact that Clarissa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner are into it again? It's not like this. Well, let me not say into it again. Let me say things have culminated to a point where hands have been laid. I was one that said Alicia does have that crocodile mouth and she be saying some pretty slick stuff. But a thing that really I guess I would say kind of bothers me. I hear a lot of people getting on Clarissa and down in Clarissa, and they kind of hold Alicia up like as Alicia hasn't done anything. Now, let's go back in time a little bit. These young ladies, these women, at one point, I wouldn't say friends, but I will say they was associates. And Clarissa, from what I remember, Clarissa used to big up Alicia Baumgartner when her and Michaela Mayer fight. Clarissa was one of the first people to jump up and give Alicia Baumgartner her flowers on beating Michaela Mayer, even though Clarissa said Michaela Mayer was her Olympic sister. And, they did some training together and some work together and things of that nature. They had spent time together. She looked at her as like her Olympic sister, but she gave Alicia Baumgartner her flowers. And for me, I'm not going to even lie, I haven't went and go try to pull up the interview, but they were having an interview. Alicia said something kind of slick in that interview, which caused Clarissa to look at her a little funny. And from that day, I always felt like, hey, this friendship or this not friendship, but their association with each other, I felt like was going to start turning rocky. And yes, it has. And the thing that kind of bothers me is that people are talking about it, and you know, that they're picking sides one way or the other. We got a lot of people who we never saw making videos about boxing or anything. Now they're all involved. You know, they want to speak about Clarissa's love life with Papoose. They want to bring up Remy Ma and all this and try to give you all this background about Claressa Shields, and they don't know jack about boxing. They're not keeping it about what the situation is. This situation is Alicia Baumgardner and Claressa Shields. And I noticed a lot of these YouTubers, people, the TikTokers, and everybody who has something to say is that when you make your videos and you put your videos up and you make your pictures, you always try to go and find the most flattering picture of Alicia Baumgardner. And then you try to go and find some of the roughest pictures of Claressa Shields. You go back to when she was a kid, you know, when she was in her Olympic stuff, when she was, you know, no makeup and stuff like that, hair just, you know, a little wild. But I don't keep it real. Being from the hood and things like that, you know, everybody wasn't born as no damn swan. You know, a lot of us that's making videos and everything, I bet if we looked at some old pictures of you all, we probably see the same looking as you, some of you people that say a little ugly duckling. I think Claressa Shields is a beautiful young lady, as well as Alicia Baumgardner. But if you're going to tell the story and try to outline it, it seems like when you make your videos, there is a very big bias, a very big hate on one side to the other side, regardless of who you choose to roll with. But I have noticed a lot of people are, oh, Claressa is wrong. She shouldn't have put her hands on Alicia Baumgardner. You know, I can agree with that. I can agree that none of the fighters should put their hands on another fighter because of things they're saying, or antics that they're pulling outside of the ring. But I haven't seen this much energy from anybody out of all the other times that these situations have happened. You know, we've seen other things happen with other fighters. Heck, both of the Charlo boys got slapped, but nobody was making big noise about that. No, I didn't hear anybody calling for Caleb Plant to be arrested or put in jail or sued. I didn't hear anybody calling for what's the big boy's name that slapped the other Charlo boy? Jared Hurd. I didn't hear anybody going crazy and saying, oh, he should be sued and all this. But I'm gonna say it like this. You know, you got Claressa Shields, who is a sister. You got Alicia Baumgardner, who is a sister. And most of the people that I see going hard and going in on Claressa are her people. Her people. And I'm like, dang, y'all calling for this girl to be erased. Y'all wanted to be locked up. Yeah, okay. And I can understand you wanted to be sued. But let's just keep it real, you know. And some people's thoughts, Alicia has got what she deserved. She got slapped. She got slapped. Some people saying she didn't get slapped. It wasn't a slap. She didn't get slapped. She didn't even touch her. Well, if she didn't touch her, why y'all screaming for her to get sued? Why y'all screaming for her to go to jail? If, by your words, she didn't touch her. You know, if she didn't touch her, why is Alicia talking about she gonna sue her? Why is she talking about she want to put her in jail? You know, you talk about, you know, the video, some people here, it sounds like a slap to me. Sound like I heard a slap. I can also say that it also sounds like that she said that she would whoop Claressa's ass right now. And Claressa was telling you ain't gonna whoop nobody's ass, you know. So y'all go back and reanalyze the videos, break them down the way you feel like you can break them down. Come up with all the different angles you need to come up with. But what I'm saying is, you know, if you're gonna make points and things like that, keep it real. Don't have some fake outrage because this girl is doing something. You're a Remy Ma fan, and you mad because Claressa is with Papoose, which you shouldn't give a damn because Remy Ma don't know you. Papoose don't know you. Clarissa don't know you. But you all in that mix talking about, oh, this the kind of love you supposed to be having. Half of y'all, probably 90% of the people that got something to say are toxic folks that don't have good relationships. Now, I can't make any argument for Remy Ma, because I'm a hip-hop fan and I just happen to be watching the damn rap battle where she got put out in Front Street. Y'all didn't make no videos about that. Y'all didn't go in hard on her. This man spent all this time from what you know, because a lot of y'all was like Papoose and Remy Ma was the quintessential thing for black love, young black love. He stood by while she was locked up and did all her time. Then she came home, decided she wanted to get another piece of meat, another piece of bacon. Y'all ain't had nothing to say. Now, Papoose moved over to another babe. Y'all got plenty to say. Oh, he's still married, this and that. You really want a man to go back to a woman that cheated on him? By all questions of that, is that what you really want? Now, some of y'all be like, oh, Clarissa, she could, she could be doing this and she could be doing that. But it seemed like you're getting your best content off of what she's doing. Now, I don't condone the fact that she slapped Alicia Baumgardner. But then at the same time, I can understand in so many words why she slapped Alicia Baumgardner. It ain't like Baumgardner is 100% innocent in this situation and what's going on. Y'all give me a second, I'll be
you. They'll make up a story, know it's something. Mama is gone, daddy is gone, forever removed, no talk on the phone. Brother and sisters have moved far away, so now you be feeling that you're all alone. Those that will ride with you will smile in your face while despising you. They'll make up a story, know it's a lie, then come and ask you if it is true.
Yeah, I am back. My bad. I had to fall off of there for a second, but I'm back. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to make up any ground for Clarissa for slapping Baumgardner, but like I said, you cannot just be like Baumgardner is 100% innocent in this. She has said some things about Clarissa. She has taken her shots at Clarissa, and a lot of people are saying, Clarissa should go ahead down to 147 and fight Baumgardner. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think Baumgardner is using the 147 pounds as a shield. I think she knows that it would be almost impossible or pretty much a very bad situation for Clarissa to try to boil all the way down to 147 pounds, seeing that since we've been seeing her fighting, the smallest that I can remember her fighting at is 154 pounds. She probably did make the statement that she would fight Alicia at 147. But then again, when you think about it, who's the more accomplished fighter? Who should really, if there's some concessions to be made about this fight being made, who should make the concessions? Should Clarissa be the one make the concessions? Seeing that she's undisputed in more than one weight class. She holds belts in more than one weight class. She's more accomplished at more than one weight class. And since Alicia is talking about, skills is what pay the bills, and she's much more skilled than Clarissa, then getting your little booty up to maybe make a catch weight over 147, maybe go to 152, something like that. Maybe that'll be more appealing to Clarissa, seeing that she done slapped you now, and people gonna say sue her, and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm hearing people call for go to jail, but I don't think she should go to jail. I really don't. I think, if you got to dig in the pocket a little bit, okay, I can understand you digging in the pocket a little bit. But if you really about that life, like you've been saying, this is your opportunity and your chance to say, you know what, Clarissa? all that nonsense, forget all that. I'll meet you at 152. Maybe Clarissa can boil down to that. Because the same way that you're saying that Clarissa should boil down, it shouldn't be that hard for you to bubble up. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that hard for you to bubble up. And since you got the skills to make it happen, you trying to convince everybody every chance you get, you're saying how you got the better skills, you will whoop Clarissa, then make it a reality. Stop making us hold on and wait because like I said, most people are riding with you because of most of the things that I've read after the slap. I've seen the videos and people having things to say, and the most that I've seen anybody say is, Clarissa slapped the Clarissa jealous, or Alicia so fine. No, so what? Right now, I'm past who fine and all that because they both some nice looking women, in my opinion. But what I want to see is, can Alicia Baumgardner handle her business with her? And forget trying to put Clarissa on the table. Let's go ahead and go down to a smaller size because there's a young lady named Caroline Dubois that's been calling out Alicia Baumgardner. That's more of a closer size for her to reach. Much more of a closer size to reach. And she's giving us an excuse about that. Oh, she hasn't done enough. She hasn't did this. She hasn't did that. I'm looking for the biggest fights. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Her fighting Caroline Dubois, I think that'd be a pretty big fight. I think that'd put some nice change in her pocket. But it don't seem like she's trying to get that fight either. She's doing a lot of conversating, a lot of talking. And how people say, sometimes your mouth will write a check that your ass can't cash. I'm just keeping it real, 100%. You did a lot of talking. You didn't got embarrassed is what happened. You didn't got embarrassed. You're standing there and you're talking that big talk, trying to get some sound bites, talking about how you whooped this girl ass. Because in my opinion, that's what you was doing. You was passing out sound bites, trying to tell people that so they can have videos. Oh, Alicia Baumgardner stood up to Clarissa Shields, told her she'll whoop her ass. Not in one inkling way, thought, form, shape, or fashion did you think that Clarissa Shields would slap you. You thought that she would just talk and get loud and everything like that, and she ended up doing the unthinkable, and she put her hands on you. Now, once again, I won't say that I feel like she is right in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Will I say, hey, Clarissa did the right thing? But at the same time, I am not going to condemn Clarissa for slapping her. I'm not. She got under her skin. And I don't know how many of you guys, when it come down to it and somebody been getting under your skin for so long, every time you run past, they got something to say, they saying something slick. And whether you like it or not, Alicia Baumgardner has been saying slick stuff about Clarissa. And when she does, you guys don't make videos about it. But when Clarissa says something, y'all turn into forensic scientists. Y'all turn into the deepest of deep detectives, Detective Clouseau and all that kind of stuff. Y'all go deep. Y'all start, she lied about this and she was caught about that. Y'all go get to digging into things that nobody cares about. But at the same time, you don't put the same energy on your girl Alicia. When Alicia says something, it's high praise. Hold her up high. Oh, she did this. The quote ain't this. The quote ain't that. Y'all count these girls' pockets as hard as you can. Oh, Clarissa Shields, the amount of money she says she making, it ain't adding up. Who cares? You ain't gonna get to spend none of it. That's her money. However she got it, however much she got, is hers. On the cool, I wish I could speak to both of them. The questions that I have and the things that I say, the way I say them behind the mic like this, I would still say the same to them. I wouldn't disrespect or dog them out, but I would be, hey, if a fight could be made, what are the grounds to make it? And I'm almost willing to bet that your girl, Alicia Baumgardner, gonna scream 147. She's not gonna be willing to go up no bigger than that, and y'all will be okay with it. Y'all will be okay with it. Y'all will say, oh, it's this many weight classes and Clarissa this much bigger than her. Clarissa should come down. We've heard those song and dances before. We heard those song and dances with the men. Oh, this guy should have to come up. With the guys, it's okay. Oh, these guys should have to come up. Well, we respect the girls and they squabble game just the same. I respect the squabble game of the girls just as much as I respect the squabble game of the boys. But I'm not willing to give somebody a pass. Look, Alicia Baumgardner, she popped dirty before. At least that's what they told us. Nobody printed it out any different. We just took the word of what was given. We kept it going. Held her. She still got her grace. People's overlooking it. They let it slide. It's all good. But the way I feel about it, the biggest thing that I think that's harmful for Clarissa out of this situation, the slap, that she could get sued. That's one big thing. But the relationship that could have possibly been getting ready to be put together between her, Jake Paul, and MVP, it's a possibility that she could have messed that up. Because I'm hearing that Jake Paul has made a statement that Clarissa Shields is barred for life from the rest of MVP situations. But I say money and the chance to make money opens up doors again. Now, they could sit down at the table and come up with something. This would be a chance for Jake Paul. And I'm just throwing it out here. This would be a chance for him with his girls to get a chance to get at the goal. Hey, I'll work with you, Clarissa, make an apology, apologize to Alicia Baumgardner if that's what it takes. And the girls that we got over here, I'll line you up with fights. Fight after fight at the best fights that we can get you. Y'all already lost out that fight with Shadeja Green because she got handled by the smiling assassin. And let us not forget, Baumgardner was advocating for her. She was advocating for the Terminator. She was advocating that the Terminator was ready to whoop Clarissa Shields. She had advocated for somebody else to whoop Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, y'all have short memory. When Clarissa Shields when Alicia Baumgardner got her win over Michaela Mayer, Clarissa Shields was one of the first people to jump up and give Alicia Baumgardner her props. Y'all can't argue that. And like I said, I'm here to call it both sides of the coin as best as possible. It's no secret that these girls don't like each other now. To me, it wasn't no secret back in the day when they were sitting there doing the interview after the fight, after Clarissa was in there, and girl, you did your thing. You was sticking, you was moving, you really showed your skills. Nobody else wasn't screaming that for Alicia Baumgardner at the time. Nobody. They gave her some props, and that was it. They was more concerned about how she looked. They weren't really talking about this girl's skills and everything. And if you show me, prove it to me. But Clarissa Shields was giving her props. They were giving her props. She was giving Alicia her props. Where it fell bad at, who knows? Could be jealousy. Could be. Could be the fact that I'm going to keep it real. Clarissa Shields and Baumgardner, they close to the same age. Clarissa Shields has accomplished much more. She's accomplished much more. But Baumgardner does if she gives Clarissa her props, it's a backhanded compliment. It's some kind of negativity stuck to the end of it. Oh, she's this and she's that, but she's this. She had any real friends or her real friends to be telling her, don't be like this and don't be like that. Well, when Adrian Broner was putting Alicia Baumgardner out there, y'all remember who came kind of to her rescue and said he was tripping and nation? Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields stood up for her. She didn't go in on her and call her out of, say that she was, as Adrian Broner was trying to put it, loose. But everybody's upset because poor little Alicia Baumgartner got slapped. Like I said, you got those that say, "Oh, she ain't really get slapped," and y'all you stating that, and oh, they put the camera at a bad view. She didn't really get hit. She slapped her hand down. Oh, you gonna sue her for slapping your hand down? If that's what's gonna happen, you gonna sue this girl because she slapped your hand down? Well, if that's the case, you should have sued her from the first time when y'all was having issues and you was putting your hand up in her face and she was pushing it down. I ain't hear nobody crying for her to do it then. I ain't hear no allegations of assault then. I didn't hear nobody saying, "Oh man, she should go to jail." Really? That's the first thing you scream, she should go to jail. All these fighters that get popped dirty, ain't man one of y'all scream that they should go to jail for trying to go in the ring and kill somebody. My brother D-Lo 404 Boxing is in the building. That's my brother from another mother and father. The voice of reason, the man who helps you think outside the box when it comes to situations in boxing. This man always looks at it from afar, picks it apart, and then comes with a different way to look at it, which gives you a reality check. What's going on, my brother? I'm just sitting here going over the situation that is broken down and has all the cycles in communication, online. Hell, it even reached the Breakfast Club about the slap heard around the world. Some people saying it wasn't a slap. Some people saying she slapped her hand. But my thing is this. Alicia Baumgartner, in my opinion, is not 100% innocent in the situation. And like I have said, if you are so talking about size, because I've heard her say this on more than one occasion, size don't mean nothing to me. Size don't mean nothing to me. It's all about the skills. It's all about the skills. And I feel like my skills are better than Claressa Shields. Well, if you feel that strongly about your skills being so much better than Claressa Shields, why are you so hardline stuck at only going to 147 pounds? Now, you know, like I know and everybody else know, we'd be calling Claressa down from 175 or 168, 160, 154 to 147. That is a lot of weight classes to be moving down. And you want to throw out there, oh, she was all about it. She'd get a nutritionist and do this and do that. And all these people who are enamored with how pretty you are and how fine you are, all these people are like that, are quick to say, yeah, she should do it. She should boil herself all the way down lower than what we're used to her fighting at. Because we've never seen her lower than 154. Man, we are all responsible for our actions. At the same time, we all know you can't be talking reckless to everyone. Exactly. And let us not forget, they both from Detroit, Michigan. Not Detroit, but they both from Michigan. Right? Right. And y'all some hood people. I'm a little hood. We all a little hood. And you know, like they say, sometimes it's a little hard to take the hood out the person. Now, Alicia Baumgartner, as y'all know, like I've said, it's been more than one occasion that this young lady has been talking that talk, talking that smack, and being reckless at the mouth. And most of the time, when you tell somebody that you will beat their ass right now in front of a lot of people, you got cameras rolling, because you know how it is. All the cameras are rolling and everything. Like I said, I feel like you were just trying to give a sound bite so people can be talking about, oh, Alicia Baumgartner told Claressa Shields, and she ain't do nothing. That's what y'all would have said. But Claressa stopped that narrative by putting the smack down on this girl. Man, that girl's mine. No, that girl is me. I may be on an island, but I have never been in awe about the woman's appearance. You know what? D-Lo, I gave her props about her body because when we first saw her, she was muscled up, she was rocked up, she looked like she was doing her thing. But then when she, the situation about her juicing came around, first thing I said was things started to look different about her body. I am not going to sit here and lie and say I didn't. I give her cuteness, but she's not the finest thing that I've ever seen. Not even close. And I'm talking about she's an athlete, fine, but there's a whole bunch more better than her. She, you know, let me just be real. She kind of on the skinny side. She's a little thing. I think Bumgarner this way. I think Bumgarner is from Chicago, but I may be wrong. I know she fought out of Detroit for a stretch. Well, the way that they speak and the way they always put it, they always put it like she's from Michigan too. I think I've heard her say that they're both from Michigan because she was talking about, yeah, we should go make the fight. People love it. We both from Michigan, this and that. But my thing is she's hardline and hardwired to the fact that, you know, her skills are better than Claressa Shields. There's nothing Claressa Shields can do with her. But the problem is, and I'm going to say this over and over again to people understand it, the problem is that she's saying that Claressa Shields got to come down to 147 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He say, not that I watch or support women's boxing for their looks. No, we don't. But anytime that you see an athlete, just like women, they see men, like, man, that dude there is built. That dude there, you know, you're going to see and say, wow, that's a nice looking, you know, she got it going on. He said she ain't no Flojo fine or anything like that. Well, your last statement says it all. Not that many are. But the point I'm making is a lot of people are riding with her. And OG, ain't none of these women's skills looking like that they are anything near Claressa. And I feel you on that. But, you know, the lady she's making a argument that her skills are. And who are we? Who are we to say no, they ain't? What I advocate for is if your skills are that good, then let it show. Let it show. Don't try to boil Claressa down all the way to 147 pounds. You move up from 135, 140, 147. You know what I'm saying? I know people will say, oh, well, they're moving up and down about the same. But there is a difference. There is a big difference to move down than to move up. And like I said earlier, if your skills are that great, take Claressa off the table. Go mess with that DuBois girl that you always calling DuBois. Go mess with Daniel's sister. I think Daniel's sister will give you a run for your money. She ain't slapped you, but I'm pretty sure Claressa would be willing to advocate for her to whoop your ass the same way you was advocating for I can't think of a name, but the sweet the sweet Terminator. The way you was advocating for her to beat Claressa, the way you was advocating for the fighting diva to beat Claressa, you actually came out and said that those girls were going to beat Claressa. You were hoping that somebody comes through and whoop Claressa, so you can finally say, I told y'all she wasn't all that. But you've been whooped already. You've been beaten already. So it's not like when somebody say that your ass can be whooped, that you can really make an argument that you can't. Right now, Claressa can hold the fact that her O is still there. Her O really means something because she has fought all the hard girls to fight. And she's been moving up in weight, down in weight. She's doing her thing. If Crawford and Khan can go up for Canelo, Canelo can go up for Bivol, and Kovalev, Kell Brook can go up for Triple G. And Shields has done more than her fair share of going up and down the scale. These are the words from the voice of reason. D-Lo 404 Boxing. I told you when this man speaks, people should listen because he hits at points that a lot of people will not hit at. They'll try to let that slide. Challenges, I feel the same way. Challengers should go to the champ, not the other way around. Serrano went up for Katie Taylor. I said, I understand that Bumgarner holds weights at holds belts at, what is it, 135? She holds the belts there. But she's not more accomplished than Claressa the Goat Shields. T-Rex. You know what I'm saying? She's not. So I suggested, hey, if Claressa is willing to go down, because I did hear her say something about 154. If y'all want to go down and do something, bring your ass up to 154, 152. Maybe Clarissa will be willing to meet you at that. Maybe she'll feel like she ain't losing too much, she ain't burning herself up too much, and she'll come down there and entertain the fact of showing the world who's really the best. In my opinion, humble as it is, I think Clarissa beat up Alicia Baumgartner. And I know a lot of people going to say MZ tripping. Ain't no way that little fine ass girl. Because this is what these knuckleheads are saying. This is what I'm reading from. When you find boxer sexiest, when they voted her sexiest boxer, it went to her head, in my opinion. It went to her head. And it shows. Like I said, these guys, these girls, when they pull up pictures of Clarissa Shields, they try to go and get the most harshest looking picture that they can find of Clarissa. Cecilia Brackes, wait, let me put my headphones on. Brackes acted like she wanted Clarissa until it came time to come to anything close to an agreement on weight. She had the clout to make demands. Wait a minute. Anything close to an agreement on weight, and she had the clout to make demands. Well, all I can say is all these girls and all of their fans can run around and say anything. Only thing I hate, D-Lo, I hate that she slapped her, because it gives all these people so much ammunition to go after Clarissa. You know, Jake Pauls came out and said that she's banned from any more MVP functions and things like that. She's not welcome. That's the only thing that I hate. But like I said, you know, money can change everything. And if Jake Paul is smart, he could try to use this to his advantage and be like, you know what, Clarissa, because I know you like to support the women. She went to go support Ronda Rousey and old girl Gina. And she was speaking about the good fights that was taking place. And she's giving Jake Paul his props as far as what he's done for women. And I thought that bridge was going to be crossed. And he could still probably be like, you know what? You know, swallow a little pride, give an apology. You know, it don't have to be heartfelt, because anytime somebody's made to apologize, I never believe that it's heartfelt. They're just doing it so they can get back in the graces of things. Not that Clarissa's out of the graces, but I would hate for them to try to push to the point that they want criminal charges pushed against her. You a freaking fighter, Alicia Baumgartner. I'm gonna say the same thing that everybody was saying about Devin Hayden. Oh, you want to sue? Oh my goodness, sue and get you some money because she slapped the shit out of you. I mean, she slapped you. I won't say she slapped the crap out of her. I won't put it like that. But what I will say, they say Brackes was Queen of the Hill at that time, but even she was hesitant to face Shields. Then she ended up losing to McCaskill herself. Well, that says a lot. What I am saying is, what I will finish saying is, I would love to see this blow over, hurry up and go over. You know, Clarissa gonna have to take some public strikes. That's going to happen. She's going to have to take some public strikes. And I believe that Alicia Baumgartner, she's going to show us the kind of person she is, because I'm pretty sure she's going to hurry up and run and try to sue. And it's going to really show what kind of person she is if she pushes for criminal charges and try to push for this girl to be locked up. Now, my understanding is, you know, she got, you know, we've seen the stints of Clarissa's movie. If anything, if that is true, we know what kind of childhood she had. We know what she's been through. And people are going to come at me and be like, well, you know, you're supposed to learn this and learn that. And, you know, a lot of these fans ain't learn nothing. A lot of these fans are quick. They quick to cuss somebody out and be ready to fight over $5. They ready to fight me. You come, oh, punk ass, you know, ready to fight. This girl has been shooting at Clarissa. And nobody's saying nothing about it. And I'm going to say, yeah, Clarissa has a mouth. Clarissa talks noise. Clarissa talks crap. She says things that makes people mad. I'll fight a man. I'll do this. I'll do that. You know, and they hold these things against her. But everybody else can say whatever it is they want to say. I just feel like Bumgarner done a lot of talking. She got herself in a situation where she thought she can say whatever came to her mind. And I guess she didn't realize how much distance was between her and Clarissa. You know the old saying, ain't nothing between us but opportunity and air. And when you tell somebody that you will whoop their ass right now in front of scores of cameras, what do you think? Unless you thought Clarissa was a punk, you thought Clarissa was soft, wasn't willing to do nothing, wasn't willing to fill in that gap of the air, you went on the spread, shot your mouth off. And you got touched for it. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw the video, she looked genuinely surprised. But I tell you what she didn't do. She didn't make a beeline, just like the Charlo boys didn't. She didn't make a beeline to go and correct the situation. Now, some people say, oh, that's because she thought, she wasn't going to lower herself down. No, she got slapped, and that slap let her know right then and there, you playing too much. You ain't really about this. Now, perfect example of being about it and not being about it. Now, I can put it like this. Clarissa made money. She's a millionaire. People mad at her because she says she a millionaire. They start counting the books. Oh, she lying. She ain't got this money. She ain't got that. Oh, she wasn't the first to be this. She wasn't the first. Everything that this lady says, they hurry up and try to debunk it. They hurry up and try to downfall it. Well, what you can't say is she ain't about that life. Y'all can't say that. Y'all can't say that she ain't about going ahead and getting with somebody when it's time to get with them, whether they in the ring or out the ring. If you're getting cross-eyed and sideways, apparently she'll step to you. Now they saying, Bumgarner, so many weight classes below, and Clarissa wouldn't have did that. She wouldn't have did it to who? Because everybody that didn't talk noise that they say they was going to get in the ring with her, she didn't got in the ring with her, and she didn't did it to him. She didn't beat up everybody she says that she can beat up when it comes to getting in the ring. Everybody. And the ones that were supposed to be the end all for end up getting beat by somebody that she didn't beat already. Now, hope Shadeja Green is doing good and things is getting well for her, but I'm going to be honest with her. I don't think Shadeja Green can beat her now. Didn't think Shadeja Green could have beat her if she had to beat the silent assassin. And the person that advocated for her and was like, oh, Shadeja ready. Oh, Shadeja's been in the gym. Clarissa needs to get in the gym and get ready for her. Is the little hummingbird that been flying around talking all this noise that got slapped the other day. Oh, the great Trey X, salute, the weather got bad down here, keeps knocking out the Wi-Fi. Dang. I hope we get some of that, man. Hope we get some of that. But I'm glad you were able to, come through and say what's up and everything. I'm just cooking on the slap her around the world. And like I said, Bumgarner was talking about Shadeja was going to be able to, was going to whoop Clarissa and everything like that. Shadeja couldn't handle what was put in front of her to get started. It's my opinion that Bumgarner is hoping, praying, strategizing, trying to call anybody, somebody come beat this girl up for me. So I can stand up on the pulpit and scream out to my fans who think I'm so pretty and so fine and tell them how I knew Clarissa wasn't it. Clarissa is it. Whether you like it or not, whether you like her or not, Clarissa is it. Whether she fits your definition of beauty, fine, Clarissa is it. She fits my definition of beauty. She fits my definition of fine. But then My scale and definition of beauty is broad, and it has broad strokes for all women. I just want people to be fair about the situation where it's broken down and the way it's breaking down. I keep saying, you remember when Alicia Baumgartner beat Michaela Mayer? Somebody tell me, don't you remember Clarissa Shields was one of the first people, if not the first person, to jump up and praise Alicia Baumgartner? Even though, and let me say this strongly, even though Michaela Mayer is the girl that Clarissa Shields said was her sister. This was my Olympic sister. We have a certain bond. But the minute Alicia won, Clarissa gave her flowers. Do y'all remember Baumgartner ever doing that for Clarissa? No, she always got something slick to say. She always got something smart to say. And she paid for it. Now, sure, like I said, people going to say Clarissa going to pay for it because she's going to get sued. Okay, she gets sued. But you can't say she ain't about that life. But it's going to tell me a whole different story if this girl start pushing for some criminal charges. That's going to tell me everything I want to know about Alicia Baumgartner. Gil Cole's in the house. Salute, man. And I understand that you wasn't able to get it done for, what's his name? What's the boy's name you had put up there? They was like, who I saw Yasir. He was like, who the hell is that? What's the boy's name? Somebody help me out. Help me remember. Help me. Alan. Did you get it done for Alan? Did you make it happen? Was the crowds there playing the trombones and the trumpets and shaking the rattles and stuff and beating on the ring like the doghouse? Or did they send Alan packing? Was Alan disappointed? The homie Alan he tried to show some pluck for Alan. Or he tried to show something. He tried to show some pluck. That means it wasn't plucky enough. It wasn't plucky enough. I'm just sitting here now. Hey, Keyshawn Davis, you know, I'll come back to my girl in a minute because I just got to advocate for her. But Keyshawn Davis, I think his fight could have looked a heck of a lot better. But I don't think he was really interested in Albright. I was kind of tripping when he picked him up and threw him to the floor, like, get off me, like trash. But I think when his competition becomes what it is that he thinks is prominent for him, I think he'll look better. I think this was an opportunity really for him to really go out there and get his shine on and make Albright not look nowhere near in his class. Because if he had really concentrated on it, he probably could have got the stoppage. But that's neither here nor there. The guy who did look hella good, Brian Norman Jr. That was to me, Brian Norman Jr. He showed that he picked up, so his jab was working great. He was using that jab, going to the body, going to the head, catching that boy with the hook, walking him down. I mean, he was on him. He was on him. That's the type of fight that we need to see him have all the time. A mosquito must be in here because I am getting lit. I mean, lit. Speaking of lit, Baumgartner's face was lit. I'm going to just give Albright his credit. He got beat soundly, but he was game. He was game, and it doesn't look like he's getting stopped anytime soon. I'll give him that. But I wasn't trying to take away from him. I was just saying the way that Keyshawn looked. I feel like I don't know, man. I maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Because I felt like, you know, when Albright brought up the fact that they stole his shine the night that he beat his brother, I could see the key. I don't know if it was embarrassment or upset. I was gonna lean toward embarrassment. The Keyshawn really didn't want that to be brought up again, and then it didn't help none when the guy that was mediating started talking and he brought it up. He was like, well, it did happen. It's not like it didn't happen. You did do that. You know what I'm saying? So, history, when it's fresh like that, it did happen, Keyshawn. As the businessman, you got to start carrying yourself a little more businessmanish, man-like. You got to start carrying yourself as a business, as a mogul. You are the product that people are coming to see. And so there it is. Oh, shoot. I just happened to look down at the screen. D-Lo. These words coming from Gil Cole. I'm just putting them out there. I ain't got nothing lined up this week. What you want to do? That's coming out of Florida right there, player. I ain't got nothing lined up this week. What you want to do? That's how that boy Gil Coles is doing it, man. Gil Coles just jumping up, calling out everybody. Called out Trey X the Great for Allen. Yeah, didn't really make. Maybe you can make this one be for Allen. Even though D-Lo didn't have nothing to do with Allen, maybe you can make this one for Allen. But I'm just saying, what you got to say, D-Lo? The call out has been made. What you want to do? I see somebody over there trying to stoke a fire. Not me. Gil Coles trying to stoke a fire up. He want to know if you got some marshmallows you want to come over there and make some s'mores. And he's saying nothing between y'all but air and opportunity. Same thing that Alicia Baumgartner was thinking when she told Clarissa Shields she'll whoop her ass right now in front of all those cameras. He said, I swore Trey X. He said, I swore Trey X out with that Patty Donovan pick. Okay. But I wouldn't mind going home with a swole eye and the win. I ain't throwing it out there like that. I'm just saying, he went home with the win still. So might have had a swole eye, nothing a piece of ice, a cold spoon, a piece of raw meat won't cover up. But victory, well, going home with defeat, that's something different. Yeah, I swole his eye up, but you lost. And I ain't shooting at you, I'm just saying that's how people look at it, like Alicia Baumgartner. I told that, I whoop her ass. Yeah, and then you got slapped. And you ain't do nothing. You didn't even act like you was mad and you wanted to do nothing. Nobody didn't have to hold you back. Actually, you look surprised. It would be my pleasure to put Belter Yo A for a second. Oh, wait a minute. Second time in 3 weeks. I am not selfish. Equal opportunity ass whooper. I had no idea. It did not come across my desk. Did I realize that this man that put you in the blender already? You acting just like Albright. I got beat, but I want my rematch. You got Wardley syndrome. I want my rematch. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Because that's a true warrior. I slipped. I took a fall. But I'm back. I want my rematch. I see the lock. Where Trey Heyman at? I know he having problems. He over there mixed up in a storm. But I hope he get to see that lock. I hope that the fight is made. Y'all go ahead and put it in ink so it can't be erased. So we can see what happened. Captain. The beauty of Champ Ross Fantasy Boxing League, where partners can go at it. And look who done slid in the door, the pro, my partner, my brother from another mother and father. If y'all notice, I got a lot of brothers from different mothers and fathers. Eric R. is in the building. He said, what's good, family? What's good is I want to know what you feel about Clarissa Shields slapping the understanding out of Alicia Baumgartner. Yeah, he came out a couple of weeks back with his chest puffed out and shit. I had to yoke him. Wait, damn, it's jumping so fast I can't even keep up. I had to yoke him and shit. Oh, puffed out. I had to yoke him up like Melvin did Joe. Oh, no, not Melvin doing Jody. When he told him this my woman, this my woman. You ain't yoke him up like that. Because I sure hope you weren't doing a cooking egg scene. That's horrible. Man. Eric R., you the comedian of the group. What did you say when you heard? Because I know I saw the video, but when I heard I was like, oh. He said Clarissa just messing money up like the rest of the young niggas. They need to fight already. Now, I said she messed up a little money. She ain't messed up a lot of money, because if she got the money she says she got, she gets sued for a few $100,000, maybe $1 million. Pay it. And then threaten that little young lady and say, and you get out of line again, it's what you would get. But I feel like Lil Mama needs to gain some weight. I don't think she should be, because she done already said it too many times, and I don't think nobody chronicled it or nobody speaking up on it and saying, hey, if you say the size don't matter, then why are you still screaming if she got to come down to 147? She said she most definitely will go to 154. Clarissa said she could most definitely go to 154. She'll do it. She'll go to 154. Sound like you scared to go to 154. It sounds like you're nervous to go to 154. It sounds like you're nervous to go to 140 because that girl Caroline Dubois there. And you saying that you ain't gonna make no money fighting Caroline Dubois, but I think Frank Warren them is behind though. I think, ain't it Frank Warren who got Caroline? I think Frank Warren them put up a little scuttlebutt money for you to go on over there and let Caroline attempt to take your belts. Oh, that's right. You ain't got no belt at 140. You be the one going up. There's a chance for it's chances for Alicia Baumgartner all the way around the globe. Go to 154, where Clarissa Shields, Clarissa the GOAT, in my opinion, the biggest name in women's boxing. No girl name is bigger than hers. Alicia is living a fantasy thinking that her name is bigger than Clarissa's, but it's not. When it comes down to it, and people really get to talking about it, they know who Clarissa is. Whether they want to put on the end of her name, oh, she's loudmouth, or she took Remy Ma's husband because he's still married. Yeah, y'all want to send the man back. See, this is how y'all do us mean. Y'all know a woman and cheated on him, then you say, oh, he should go back to his wife. Why? This man got embarrassed by a rapper at a rap contest because the man got on stage and put his wife's business out on the street. Then pictures start floating around about this man's wife spending Christmas with another man. And y'all saying it, Clarissa broke that up. No, Clarissa didn't have nothing to do with that breakup. All the time Remy was locked up, all you heard people saying, and I know because I'm in the hip-hop community, all y'all was talking about was how good of a man Papoose was for sticking with Remy. Now that he's with Clarissa, y'all saying he using Clarissa, he helping spending her money, he this, he that. What happened to all these high praises y'all was giving to him when he was with with Remy because y'all like Remy so much? Y'all ain't dragged Remy not one little bit for cheating on this dude. Soon as she brought her funky ass home from jail. And I said it just like that. Because that's the way they put it out there. It wasn't like people went to go dig for the dirt like y'all do for Clarissa. This dirt was just freely given. I don't know if she's ready for my future battle. Didn't I tell you that you're gonna have to stop that? But you know, the boy is close to your age, I give you my blessings. I just want to see her go out there. I like Dubois a lot. I think she's another nice looking young lady. And I think the two people, in my opinion, that will put hands on Alicia Baumgarten, I mean right out the gate, put hands on her. I think Dubois will put hands on her. I think Clarissa will put hands on her. Now, I did say the thing that I thought that she could hold over either one of these young ladies' heads is the fact that she fights 3 minutes around and they fight 2. But in hindsight, she still seems to get a little gassed. She still seems to get a little gassed in these 3-round fights. Pap taught her how to rap. He holds the mitts up for her. Got her lace fronts cleaned up. Ooh, why y'all hate? I thought we liked Black Love. Exactly. You didn't have to throw the lace front out there, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. People, that fake mad. That fake mad. Like I said, they mad because the people they like seems to be the ones that's either getting battered at the end of the stick or not looking good in the situation. Remy Ma don't look good in the situation. Yeah, she wanted to talk noise and disrespect Clarissa. Clarissa did the same thing, talked crazy to her, and went back and forth with her. But your husband, you lost your husband. And any woman that want to put her 2 cents in about it, the only thing I'm going to ask you is, what do you say about the fact that this lady, first of all, Easy the Block Captain, the rapper, battle rapper. Easy the Block Captain is the guy, the theme, the criminal, the homewrecker that the Remy Ma Papoose situation started off with and centered around. Just because Clarissa happened to be who he turned to, she catch most of the blowback from it. Like Remy Ma is free of guilt. She's innocent out the situation. And y'all, you know, a lot of the ladies who don't know nothing about boxing have turned their gaze up on Clarissa about Papoose and Remy Ma. But I just seem to think that if a lot of these women were in strong relationships with Black Love, the first thing they would say is, well, one, you messed up your home by cheating. And I would say, in my opinion, I would give Papoose my blessings to get a divorce because your woman got caught. Now, if you feel like you can go through the heartache and the pain of rebuilding after you know what she's done and the world knows what she's done, go for it. But that didn't seem to be what it was he wanted. He said, I thought women dated up. How easy the Block Captain get in the building? Exactly. See, my boy Eric R right there with me. He know about Easy the Block Captain. It is what it is. You know, sometimes people do things that are stupid. And then they have to stand back and say, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. And this and that. But heartbreak is something that's very difficult to deal with. You know, you get cheated on. There's a lot that goes to that. You know what I'm saying? You cheat on a man, cheat on a woman, and vice versa. The person that got cheated on, there is a lot of distrust and heartbreak, mental scars. There are a lot of scars that go into that. You know what I'm saying? The person get cheated on, get to thinking about, was I not good enough? Why wasn't I good enough? What was it that I wasn't doing to please you? Was I not enough for you? All these things come into play to a person's psyche that got cheated on. So I understand when people say, I can't go back. I won't go back. You know, and for those that do go back and feel like they can fight through it, kudos to them. God blessed you in a way that let you be able to go back. And you pray that things like that never happen again. For some people, it's a scar that gets ripped open every time when a certain situation comes up, a certain sound, a certain smell, a certain sight, a certain statement. All these things could be slight triggers to make this person go back into their mind and remember. But I ain't trying to be Dr. Phil. I'm just trying to get Clarissa and Lil Bumgardner, especially Bumgardner. I'm trying to get in there with Clarissa or Caroline Dubois. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the two biggest mouths, biggest names, biggest people for you to be ready to fight. Not a good look and not safe. In some cases, it's not safe, Eric. Are you right? Because some cases, a person could end up tilting to a situation that can cause somebody pain, not just mental, but physical. But, you know, women thinking they can go and slang it out of both sides of their drawers, men thinking they can go in and lay pipe anywhere they want to, not realizing the damage they are doing, not to just the person that they're dealing with, but to themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those from other mothers and fathers, the man that can call a frog from a well, the best fight caller. And when I say best, I mean the cream of the crop, le creme de la creme, Trey X, the great. What's up, my brother?
Salute to my niggas in the chat. What's going down? Yeah, man, this storm is crazy over here, nigga, and it came out of nowhere. It was sunny, pretty outside, wasn't a cloud in the sky. I'm talking about the sky with North Carolina blue. Then all of a sudden, this crazy shit blew in, man, and it's like one long lightning bolt or some shit. Like every single time you look outside, the sky lit up with lightning. Wow. That wind is blowing hard. Yeah, this shit crazy, man. So I'm gonna talk a little bit. It probably knock me back out though. You know what I'm saying?
I can't lie to you. I love storms like that. Do you happen to know which directions it's going? Is it coming towards San Antonio?
I think that shit heading south, so I won't be surprised if y'all get some of it, maybe in the morning or something.
Ooh, that'd be so lovely. Hey, I'm a storm fanatic. I love when it rains. I love when it rains and thunder and the lightning be streaking across the sky and it be making those loud clap. Pow! It sound like it hit something. I love that.
Yeah, I see my boy Gil Coles came through. You know what I'm saying? After he got socked up, trying to take up for Allen and all that type of shit. He talking about he swole my eye up when he picked Patty Donovan. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was kind of weird when I saw he picked Patty Donovan. We did bet on Patty Donovan and we got the win and shit. But I picked Karen Chukajohn off in the Champ Ross. You know what I'm saying? I thought he might have had a little bit more experience. And plus, I didn't know if I could trust Patty Donovan in big fights because he let me down already against Lewis Crocker. And then he came back in the rematch and lost to Lewis Crocker, even though a lot of people felt like he won the fight. You know what I'm saying? He did get knocked down twice in the fight. Most people felt like he won the fight. But he came back and got him a victory over Karen Chukajohn. So salute to Patty Donovan, you know what I'm saying? But I was a little wary when I saw that he had picked Patty Donovan. So I said, man, let me go over here to Facebook and check out what this motherfucker Gil Coles done put on paper. And when I went and looked, I said, man, this nigga Gil Coles ain't got himself shit. He's still coming off a layoff. I'm talking about he ahead of me at this point. He beating me. But I'm looking at his picks and I'm saying, he out of there. This is a win for Trey X. This nigga looking like Allen for real. I'm square business. I say, but you know what? This is a teachable moment, though. So let me take some time to strengthen my block fam. Make us better. You know what I'm saying? Now, was like he picked Patty Donovan, right? But he picked Patty Donovan by knockout. over Karen Chukajan. Now think about this. Why the fuck would you pick Karen Chukajan to get knocked out? This man went the distance against Boots Ennis twice. If Boots Ennis can't knock him out, what make you think Patty Donovan can knock him out? And then Karen Chukajan, he done showed intelligence when he get hurt. If he get hurt, he'll take a knee. You know what I'm saying? He'll do what he has to do to survive. So this is not a guy that you would take to get knocked out. If you take him to lose, he gonna lose by decision. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call him an Iron Man. Like every damn near every Iron Man I said he picked to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was tripping.
Jan Santana, he went against a straight up Iron Man. A motherfucker that done lost 7 times ain't never been knocked out. When I come through here and I say this guy Iron Man, that guy Iron Man, don't pick him to get knocked out. Pick the motherfucker to lose by decision. And like when you look at they box rec and you see who they've been in the ring with, and you see that they done been in the ring with people with pedigree and power, and they go the distance, they don't get knocked out. Well, pick them to lose by decision in the future. Do not pick them guys to get knocked out. It's very difficult to knock out Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a teachable moment, man. Keep that in mind. Everybody remember that, because even Eric R., I saw him pick a couple of Iron Men to get knocked out last season. He got like, I think he was a 5 on the pedigree scale or some shit like that, but I think he could have been a 4, or it might have been he was a 4 and he could have been a 3. But that was the difference. It was them few spots where you pick them Iron Men to get knocked out. Take them motherfuckers to lose by decision, and you'll have more points than the Champ Ross. And I know I've been struggling under Champ Ross. I got my strengths and weaknesses, but this is one of my strengths.
Is that Thunder?
Yeah, that shit ain't playing.
Ooh-wee.
But yeah, that's one of my strengths though, man. Finding them Iron Man and pick them to lose by decision.
Let me. I gotta hit this. Champ Ross is in the building. He just slid in and say what's up to everybody, giving up props. He's saying sup, fellas.
Champ Ross, what's up?
Yeah, all being funny. MZ gonna be chasing tornadoes in the bus like the movie Twister. Now, look, I like storms, but I ain't foolish enough to be trying to chase them down. That ain't what I'm about. That boy said Gil Cole say Champ Ross said Gil coming off that Spence layoff, a little rusty.
Yeah, this storm ain't bullshit, man. I was gonna smoke a little something before I jumped on. I opened up the door and looked out there and said, hell no, I'm not going out there in that shit. I'm just gonna have to go talk a little boxing sober, you know what I'm saying?
Mess around, go out there and get swept off the porch.
No, I'm scared of that lightning, man. That's what gets me. I don't like lightning, bro. And this shit got the whole sky lit up. Every time I look out there, the sky lit up with lightning. I don't fuck around with that shit.
I can feel you. My auntie used to we'd be in the projects, you know, she would open up the front door because they had that screen door. And I used to love sitting there, and when the lightning hit, you could see the raindrops coming down looking like little diamonds or crystals just falling out the sky.
Yeah, I still remember as a kid that lightning would be blowing up our TVs and shit. I do not fuck with lightning. You ever had that experience?
No, I've never had it to blow up a TV or nothing. But I have seen the lightning hit trees, cars, and that power that transformer that sits up on a light pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it give you a nice Christmas light show when it hit that transformer. Because that transformer, it'll hit one transformer and it'll knock out like 4 of them on that line.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one thing to have a light show outside. It's another thing to have a light show inside your house. When you sit in the living room, then all of a sudden, boom, that bitch just blow up and sparks and shit flying all over the place and shit, man. Fuck that, bro. I do not like lightning.
Hey, it sounds like y'all didn't have y'all place wasn't grounded.
I don't know what that shit was, man. It was I don't know what it was, man, but that shit used to have our shit blowing the fuck up though. That shit happened probably like 3 separate occasions, man, where the damn TV blew up. while you sitting in the living room and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was
That
crazy.
make you not want to watch TV when it's storming outside. If that's the case.
Yeah, real talk.
That boy said Caleb Plant's little cousin messed my pickup, talking all greasy at Norman and got slipping too. I liked the way Brian Norman came back. He didn't come back looking scary. I know the guy was a little older, and coming back to boxing because his brother talked him into it, talking about, I see something in you could be a champ. He should go and tell his brother, don't you call me no more. Come get in the ring, because Brian Norman Jr., which I didn't know had a 72-inch reach, because he didn't use that at all against Devin Haney. He looked on point. It looked like Ronnie Shields had him on point. You know, he said that people was giving him props, saying he reminded him of a Holyfield. So he was like, might as well go to the man who made Holyfield great, or was part of it. So I give Ronnie Shields some props. We're having Brian Norman looking sharp and ready to go. Let's see if he can carry that kind of energy moving forward.
Yeah, wait a minute. We got to pump our brakes, though. That was a showcase fight.
Yeah, that's why I said old boy had got called back from his post. He had left boxing. I heard the breakdown of him. They said he had left boxing and went somewhere and was doing something else, and his brother pulled him back into it.
I don't give a damn about that. That motherfucker got stopped by David Papo. He got stopped by David fucking Papo. And he can't even punch. He ain't got no pedigree. He ain't got nothing. Like, when we went over this shit last time, I was like, well, I'm not sure. I got to do my research on this guy. But when I went and looked, I said, man, this motherfucker got stopped by David Papo. I know a lot of y'all might not even know who the fuck that is. We just done picked him on Channel Ross several times, so I'm pretty familiar with David Papo. And he went out there and stopped him, man. This motherfucker only got like 5 knockouts or something out of 30 fights or some shit like that. And one of his stoppages was this guy. So I said, oh yeah, they brought him in to get knocked out. See, the one thing I love about Top Rank is that you can clearly see what their goal is for their fights. You can see, like, okay, this is a fight to get this is an opponent to get their fighter some work. They don't want a knockout tonight. Like Jan Santana, they didn't want a knockout for him. Kelvin Davis, they didn't want a knockout for him. And props to them how they did Kelvin Davis. Kelvin Davis coming off a loss, and now here Albright, they put him right back up in that motherfucker with a 2. I can't think of his name right now. I can't think of his name, man. But that's good matchmaking by Top Rank. Top Rank do not fuck around, man. They trying to make you a better fighter. And if you somebody that might be struggling with your confidence or something like that, with like Brian Norman, they say, okay, let's bring in an opponent that can get him some confidence. Let's bring him in a showcase opponent, somebody he can go out there and knock the fuck out and feel good about himself. Like, you can look at Top Rank's opponents and you automatically know what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a showcase opponent for Brian Norman Jr. Let's see what happens when he gets a real opponent. Let's not praise him for the showcase opponent. The showcase opponent came in to get knocked out. That was his job. Let's see when he fights somebody that's fighting back and trying to win. That somebody that's coming to win. And then if he look good then we give him some praise.
Okay, I can agree with you on that. But they did the thing his team did the thing they needed to do to help build his confidence up. Because he looked pretty confident.
Yeah.
Pleased with himself.
Yeah, but one of us could have whooped his opponent though. That motherfucker that went out there and got stopped by David Papo. So yeah, he looked good against a D-level fighter, whatever the fuck he is. C minus or some shit like that. Let's see what he look when he fight another B+, A level, A- level guy.
I picked Longoria to get stopped because of his career-long layoff.
Yeah, he had fought against Teef Overton. That was controversial though. Man, we know how tough Carlos Gongora is, man. He done fought against Christian and Billy. He done fought against he fought the guy that Christian and Billy had to draw with. That's over there with Bud Crawford them that normally be fighting on Pro Box TV. I can't think of his name, the Latino guy. But both of them are they'll knock you dead punches, and they got high volume. They'll knock the fuck out of you. That guy that's over there with Bomac and them, he had went out there and stopped Joe Sean James. An underrated fight. He went out there and stopped that motherfucker. But Carlos Congora, he going the distance with these dudes. I'm picking Carlos Congora to lose by decision. And I'm also picking the fight to go the distance. Carlos Congora is just walking around, just taking punch after punch after punch. I'm over here biting my nails and shit. I'm nervous in the motherfucker. I'm like, man, how is he gonna keep on taking all these punches and go the distance? But shit, he taking them punches like a zombie. I'm talking this motherfucker don't have a central nervous system. He just taking punch after punch after punch. He ain't getting knocked down or nothing. I'm talking he just taking punches. He just tough like that. And this looked like another night like that. But they stopped the fight in the corner. You know what I'm saying? And Carlos Congora, after the fight, he looking around laughing and shit like, man, what the fuck? Y'all know how I get down, man. Y'all know I'm tough. I can take this shit, but his team was like, nah, we don't like how this shit going. Fuck that. And another thing with Atif Overton, it looked like they manufacturing some of his knockouts, because this is not the first time that he done got a knockout like this. He did have one scary knockout where the motherfucker was laid out on the ground and Overton was down on his knee trying to check on his opponent, make sure he was okay. That was a devastating knockout, but he also got some manufactured knockouts. And that knockout right there against Carlos Congora, that's his latest manufactured knockout. So let's keep an eye on that motherfucker Overton moving forward and shit. And that was not enough for me to remove the Iron Man status from Carlos Congora. Yes, he did get stopped in the fight, but it wasn't his fault. He didn't choose to quit. He didn't get knocked out. It was his team that chose to pull him out the fight. So he's still an Iron Man in my book.
I feel you on that. Yes, Gil Cole, my auntie, because my mom was working so much, but my auntie used to be the one to be like, yeah, y'all sit down, be quiet while God doing his work. It wasn't no acting like lightning would strike you. He said lightning would strike you for talking. But we didn't have to be quiet, but be still was a big characteristic in my auntie's house. Be still. Be still when God doing his work. And I told you about the kids that got struck at school, right? I told y'all about that before.
No.
I didn't? I'm in elementary school. A big storm came in the early morning. It came before I can leave because this was the year my mom let me stay with my auntie for the school year. So me and Pooh Bear getting ready to go to school, but a storm came. So auntie was like, nah, y'all ain't going to school right now. The storm only lasted the first half of the day. About lunchtime, we was able to go to school. So we get to school, and his kids at school, and they like, did you hear what happened? I'm like, no. So one of, this girl I used to talk to, friend, not talk to, like talk to, but she came up and her fingertips were black. Like somebody had held them on something and burned them. And she said they had got slapped by lightning. She got slapped by lightning. And another kid that got slapped by lightning. And it was crazy because, up in Indiana, it's a lot of electrical storms. So the lightning would come up out of nowhere before the storm actually showed up. And the way she had described it, she was like, they were out there playing. And she literally saw the lightning coming down and she held her hands up to her face and hands and it knocked her down to the ground.
Damn.
No lie. This is exactly what she told me. And I had no choice but to believe her, because talking about it right now, I can see her hands, her fingertips were burned. They were black burned. And the boy got hit and it slapped him down. I didn't talk to him because I think they took him, but they said it hit him in the head.
If I get struck by lightning, I need it to unlock some hidden abilities or something. I don't need to get struck by lightning for nothing, just to have some black fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Give me some special powers or some unlock my hidden potential or something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know if it unlocked anything for it, because I ended up getting transferred from Chase School to Marquette. Me and Pooh Bear ended up going to Marquette. So yeah. said Wagner didn't know if his ankle was. It say Wagner didn't know if it was his ankle, arm, shoulder. He was looking for a way out. Boy, ain't that the dude that
Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah, Brian Norman was beating up on.
Yeah, Josh Wagner, there's his name.
He said, I'm gonna just stop looking at weigh-ins. Why? You can still pick up something from a weigh-in, like what you call it, the mirroring. No, what you call it, Trey?
Pacing and leading.
Yeah, the pacing and leading. You can still gain something from that. Who was it they fought when Crawford and Kell Brook? Well, I think that was the fight when Crawford stepped to Kell Brook and Kell Brook stepped back. Yeah, I was like, Crawford gonna win that fight. It was somebody else that they did that. They stepped to the dude and stepped into his space, and he gave his space up. I was like, oh, he finna let this fight go away. So yeah, keep looking at him though.
Yeah, see, but turn the volume down. See, he let Josh Wagner do his interview after the weigh-in and talk a good game. And that's what fooled Eric R. Because Josh Wagner did talk a good game. He talking about, man, everybody talking about I'm the underdog and all this type of shit. Okay, we gonna see. I'm gonna come show something to this motherfucker and all this type of stuff. Shit, he talked a good game. So I said, hold on, let me go do this research. I said, man, this nigga that got knocked out by David Papo. Oh no, I don't give a damn what he say. This nigga here is gonna get knocked out. I think I picked him to get knocked out in 5-6 rounds or something. He got knocked out in 2. So yeah, just you can watch the weigh-in, Eric R. Just don't listen to him talk, bro, because they gonna talk a good game and they gonna talk you into fucking up your Champ Ross pick and eating some crow.
He said Kevin Davis is the shits. Kelvin.
Yeah, they put him back in there with Peter Dobson. That's who it was. So they took him from now here Albright, an Iron Man, and then they put him off in there with Peter Dobson, another Iron Man. Top Rank is trying to sharpen some iron. Iron sharpen iron, nigga. The only way we can make you better is to put you in the fire. We gotta put you in the fire, and that's what they doing. They putting Kelvin Davis in the fire. So salute
he
to
the older one, right? He the oldest. He the oldest one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they probably looking at him trying to see if he got it in him, because isn't that the one that the other brothers had to talk back into coming fighting too?
Yeah. He was actually a national champion. He did very well at the Olympic trials, but he went away for boxing for 2 years, and he didn't plan on coming back. But then his little brothers started having a lot of success, and they say, man, we want the DB3, man, to take all 3 of us. You know what I'm saying? Say, come on back, man. Let's go take over boxing. And he came on back, and that's what got him back in the ring and shit. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Champ Ross said, is it just me, or do the Davis brothers remind y'all of the Antetokounmpo brothers in basketball? Are they just along for the ride or what? I don't know about the other little brother, the younger brother, the Kelvin boy. I'm like, maybe like I just said, maybe Top Rank is testing him to see if he really want to be there. But the Antetokounmpo brothers, I don't really know too much about them except that they play basketball, and I kind of feel like it's because they big brother there, or because what's his first name? Giannis, because Giannis is there.
No, I can't say that because they all national champions. Them motherfuckers all got 60, 70 fights and shit. Keyshawn got more. He got over 100. But his other brothers, they got 60, 70 amateur fights, and they was winning national championships and shit.
I'm only saying that because the older brother walked away and you said he didn't have plans on coming back. So that tells me that, you know, as somewhere he lost the passion for it and somebody talked you into coming back. So I'm saying the Top Rank might be just saying, hey, let us put you in, we putting him in some stuff to check the temperature before we start trying to push this boy.
Yeah, he went away from boxing to get a job. Shit. And nigga got him a job. He was grown. It was time to make some money and be an adult. He didn't know it. He didn't think they were going to be making money in boxing. That's what made him go away from it. But once he saw that they got the ability to make some money with this shit, they came on back. And that ain't nothing that I heard. That's something that he told me straight to me when we interviewed them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we interviewed him like 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he went away. He got him a factory job. Then he came back to the sport and shit.
Okay. Gil Cole say, OG, tell Pooh Bear to come holler at me after I whoop D-Lo in this week's Champ Ross. Gil Cole, did you not hear me tell y'all last week that we had some murderers in our family? Pooh Bear is one of them. I don't think you want Pooh Bear to come see you for nothing, because Pooh Bear don't play. Leave Pooh Bear ass where she at, in Gary. That's my favorite. That's my like little cousin sister. That's Pooh Bear, my heart. But now, Gil, I can't put you in a situation like that because you mess around and say something slick to Pooh Bear, and Pooh Bear not having that.
Shit, these niggas in the South. D-Lo is he from Georgia and live in South Carolina, and Gil Coles is in Florida. These niggas got more guns and ammunition than any motherfucker you know.
See, that's the thing. Pooh Bear ain't shooting. She was up and personal and stabbed him in the heart.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying they ain't worried about nobody. Somebody run up on them, they gonna get filled full of motherfucking lead, fucking around with Gil Coles and D-Lo. And that's what I'm saying.
I feel you.
That nigga Gil Coles got a motherfucking stockpile of weapons at his crib. Them niggas ain't worried about Nate. Thank you. Pooh Bear
Get ready for the pop off. He said Pooh Bear ain't getting these picks right though. Pooh Bear ain't, man. If you knew Pooh Bear, I'm telling you would be like Pooh Bear cooler than cool. I don't. That's the best I can tell you. Pooh Bear is my heart. I love Pooh Bear. She asked me last time I talked to her. She's like, "How long I'm gonna be Pooh Bear?" I'm like, you gonna be Pooh Bear forever. That name ain't going nowhere. As long as I got breath in me and I can form the words Pooh Bear, that's who you gonna be.
I can't stand that name though, nigga, because that's the exact same name that guy had that I told you in Duquesne about. Where I was clean as a clap doctor. I was gonna go see my girlfriend and shit. I was sharp, had my cowboy boots on and all that, and I had swung through the hood, just swinging through just to see who was out there. I'm about to go see my girl though, and then this nigga Pooh Bear gonna flag me down to shoot dice and all that shit. So I went to his backyard. I just faded the nigga. I took all his money, and then I go sit in the car getting ready to go. And then the nigga flagged me down, talking about, "Hey man, let me get a ride to the store." And I ain't thinking that I just took all this nigga money. So I said, "Oh yeah, I'll give him a ride to the store." And nigga get in the car. I'm over here fucking with the radio and shit, trying to put in some Jeezy or something. I don't even remember what I was putting in. And then the nigga looked over at me and said, "Give me my money back." That nigga said that shit. It's a big nigga too. A big motherfucker. He like twice my size. That nigga said that shit. I turned to get out the car because we in the car in close range. I need to get some distance. So the nigga reach out, grab my shirt, nigga done stretch my shirt all out and shit. I had my shirt tucked in. You know, I got my cowboy boots on, I'm starched down. That nigga done stretch my shirt out and shit. I get out the car. He get out the car fast because he think I'm running. But I'm coming around to his side. Then I just want to get on feet. I don't want to be in the car with this big nigga. Come around the corner, dot right in his mouth. Bye, y'all, nigga, the fight on, nigga. I don't know who you think I am. We up in there squabbling. I'm squabbling this nigga with the cowboy boots on. This nigga so stupid, he trying to fight me with straight hands. He bigger than me. He ain't trying to wrestle or nothing. He just trying to box me with straight hands and shit. Getting his ass lit up. I'm talking about nose bleeding, mouth bleeding, and all this type of shit. And then the nigga get mad and rush me. He finally do rush me. I duck my head and I just swing my right hand as hard as I can. And I hit this nigga like in his ribs. I hit him so hard, I fucked my wrist up and everything. But when I hit him, that nigga said, "I'm about to go get my gun." So he turned to go across the street to go get his gun. I'm sitting up there like, man, should I wait on this nigga to get a gun? Because I don't have no gun. Or should I get in the car and try to leave?
You should get in the car and get the fuck on.
Yeah, so I jump in the car. When he see me jump in the car, he run back to the car because when he got out, he left the car door open. So he started bending my car door back and all that other type of shit. I went on ahead and drove up out of there. I went home because I stayed right around the corner. So I went to the house. I got out them cowboy boots. I got out them jeans and all that shit. I put on some Nikes and some basketball shorts, t-shirt, and walked back around there. Nigga, this shit ain't over. Round two. I get back around there, this nigga in his yard, the nigga see me, he get on the phone. he calling his partner and shit. Man, yeah, man, this nigga got a gun out here, man. He trying to shoot me and all that shit. Man, pull up right now, man. Bring the heat and all this shit. So he called his partner. So obviously he didn't have no gun in the house. That was just a bluff. But he called his friend. His friend pulled right up with the gun and shit too. My partner, he stayed across the street in some apartments. So I went on here and just slid over there. Here, they got guns and shit out there now. What I'm about to do? I ain't got no bulletproof vest. So I went on ahead and got out the way, but that nigga still got to hold that L. And it was funny. I saw the youngster, well, I consider him a youngster. He a grown man now, but he was a youngster back then. And I seen him probably like maybe a month and a half ago. That motherfucker seen me. He was like, oh, he was happy to see me because we ain't seen each other in a long time. He like, man, you still remember that day you whooped up on Pooh Bird? Everybody was talking about that shit, man. That bitch ass nigga had to call somebody to get a gun and all that kind of shit, man. That nigga twice your size. And you out there piecing that bitch ass up and shit in cowboy boots and all this whole type of shit. Yeah, that nigga name was Pooh Bear, and I do not like that name.
I'm sorry you went like that, but you won. That boy said, go listen to Help Me Rhonda by Pastor Troy. Pooh Bear sound like Rhonda. That boy's Pooh Bear like the Baby D of Texas. No, Pooh Bear and Gary. Pooh Bear and Gary. He said, oh yeah, I got more heat than hell, but I don't want no problems with nobody. That's from D-Lo. Zombie apocalypse breakout. My first stop is Gil Cole's and D-Lo's.
Yeah.
He said, oh no, Trey X probably had spurs on the back of them boots too.
Nah,
you a straight cowboy.
No, I ain't had no spurs on, but I had some clean cowboy boots on though.
Gil Cole said, hold up, y'all really be on them cowboy boots out there, Trey X? What's a legit brand just in case I need to get a pair?
Shit, I be getting them the kind that they got at Cavender's and shit, but they got the Ariats and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole bunch of nice brands. I'm really not into the brands too much, you know what I'm saying? Except for like if you get a Stetson hat or something like that. I'm really just into the boots that look good, you know what I'm saying? But they all expensive though, shit. Like if you want some full quill ostrich, for example, you're gonna pay about $600. You know what I'm saying? If you want some Cayman, if you want some anteaters, them bitches gonna be like $1,200. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know you got the gators and all that kind of shit.
Right, and the snake skin.
You get the lizards and all that shit. That don't really be that expensive. Them probably be like $300-400. But if you want some good full quill ostrich, you're gonna pay about $600. And if you want like some nice caimans or something, them bitches gonna be like $600-700. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't real big on the brands. I just go up in Cavender's or Boot Barn or something like that, and I just go pick something out the shelf.
He said he pushed the plans out there, nigga.
Yes,
oh man.
Yeah, I went home with my money.
Out of you.
Now, I did have to pay to get my car door fixed. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga bit my car door back and shit. But I went home with my dignity and I went home with my money. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is I had to retreat when they pulled that heat out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was the smart thing to do. He said you wearing them Woody boots.
What he call them?
The Woody boots from the Toy Story. I think that's Toy Story.
I don't remember what they look like.
That's hard. Woody cowboy boots. Woody. Who's the guy that played? Who was his voice? I guess it don't matter. You don't know what they look like. His boots, his pants was tucked in them. You know how those cowboys had their pants tucked in?
Yeah.
He talking about your boot. The boots was like that.
Yeah, but really down here, like if you come with the type of boots that I like to wear, they'll kind of clown you a little bit. Like if you go to the poker game or something, you got the kind of like some designer looking boots. You know what I'm saying? They'll clown you and say, "Nigga, you ain't no real cowboy." They like when you wear them workers cowboy boots and shit.
Oh yeah, the flat, the square toe ones.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with them like that though. Them workers boots. I don't fuck with them, man. I like the ones that be clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're gonna wear cowboy boots, I prefer the ones that stand up. You know what I'm saying? The worker boots be kind of like they like leaning down or something, like they've been beat up a little bit.
Yeah, they look like they've been out in the fields working in them motherfuckers. I don't want to look like I've been in the field working, fucking with livestock and all that type of shit. Nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to be fresh. Now I gotta ask you though, do you put your jeans on top of your boots or do you tuck? You tuck?
Yeah, no, I don't. I put them on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that tucking. I don't know, man. I don't know about the tucking. Cowboy, I think you're supposed to have your pants on the outside.
Yeah, a few people tuck them though.
I've seen a few. At first, I used to hate cowboy boots, but when I worked in the oil field, I learned cowboy boots are your friends because real cowboy boots, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to worry. You have less worry about being bit by a snake if you happen to step on one.
Yeah,
because that boot gonna protect you. You know, I didn't learn until I got to Texas that the cowboy boots were they as wearing attire, they had functions, you know, and that function was keep your ass from getting bit.
Yeah.
So I learned to respect some cowboy boots. I got a question. I just want to know if y'all think I'm wrong for this. I don't think I'm wrong, but I want to know what y'all feel. I'm driving the bus the other day, right? And I come out this neighborhood, and it's a nice little field between coming out this neighborhood and the next bus stop. But it's like a community that's kind of far back from the bus stop. And you can see people when they come into it, right? So when you get on this road, I can open up to like 45. So I done got the bus. I started getting the bus moving, and I see this dude. He is running, and I mean running hard. And he waving, so I can tell he trying to catch the bus. He want me to stop at the bus stop, right? So I'm slowing down, and I'm looking, and I notice he keep looking back. But he getting chased by these other two dudes. And when I say track star kind of running, this dude is running. You see the little dust coming. It's dust. It's dust. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. He coming across the field. So I'm like, I'm going to pull up here and I'm going to open the door. And, you know, he can jump on. I'm going to hurry up and close the door and drive off. I ain't going to let him beat him up, right? So he running, and I'm like, he finna catch up. And, man, he misstepped, bro. He misstepped and fell down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, all man is right. I closed the door and kept rolling. What I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know if they beat the brakes off of him. I don't know what happened to him. You know, when I came back the other way, they wasn't out there. So I figured that they didn't kill him because he wasn't out there.
Yeah.
But his ass, bro, he was moving. I mean, moving fast. And it's like, I almost feel bad. But then I'm like, what you was going to do? You couldn't like stop the bus and get out there and say, hey, y'all, don't do that because you don't even know what they was doing it for. Matter of fact, you could have been getting ready to say this dude, he could have been touching somebody. You don't know. So, yeah, I just, you know, it was funny because the way he fell, it was like, oh, because when he slipped, when he tripped, I don't know if he hit a hole or something, but the way his body had made the little move, and then you could see his balance just start leaving. The way he started falling, his arm started flailing, and he just hit the ground.
Yeah, like a white chick in a movie down there.
Almost. It was funny. It was funny because when he hit the dirt, when he hit it, it was just poof. You see, and they was there. That boy said that probably was Allen. OG, he missed the butt. He missed that butt. Oh man! Wait a minute, what's this, Trey? You wearing the Chris Eubank fur coat with them matching cowboy boots on fight night?
Man, it's Texas, bro. It'd be so hot. I had a jacket that was something like a fur coat too. It was a damn Fat Form jacket. That bitch was clean in a motherfucker, but paid like $500 for a broke motherfucker. $500 for a jacket is a little something to me because I was young, I was broke as hell, and I had a $500 jacket, so I thought I was doing something. But I'm in Texas.
Don't disrespect the $500 jacket. You can have a lot of money. $500 is $500. That's half of somebody's rent. That's a phone bill, light bill, water bill, and a gas bill.
Yeah, I still got the jacket, man. It's heavy as fuck. Like it seemed like it would be a good jacket if you lived in Chicago or something that you need a real heavy coat for. But this one is nice, but we in Texas, so I was determined to wear it though. And I was in Temple College in school and shit. And it was pretty cold outside, but you know, Texas cold ain't as cold as places that really got cold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I said, man, I'm wearing this jacket. I don't give a fuck. I got clean as a motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? I put my jacket on. I went up in the schoolhouse and immediately started sweating. And I went to the classroom, nigga. I walk in that bitch clean. Everybody looking like, damn, that jacket clean in a motherfucker. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm about to have a heat stroke in this bitch. I just sat down at my seat, and I'm talking about sweat just started pouring down it. And then I felt it. Like I felt the stress on my body and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
had to get up and walk out that motherfucker, man. Because I was in there really about to fall out in this hot ass jacket trying to be clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah. I used to have a used trench coat. And what you saying, you know, what I need a used trench coat in Texas for, but the bitch was clean. It was purple ash wash. You know what I'm saying? And me being 6'5", it was a long, it wasn't no short trench coat for me. It was a long trench coat. So, you know, I felt like I looked the part of, when I put it on, I just felt like I looked some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was menacing. And I used to want to put that coat on like a mug. And, you know, it could just barely be a little breeze outside. I'm throwing on the trench. Stepped my ass outside one day and the sun came up. I ain't gonna tell you what I used to be standing on the block. This when I was calling myself a block guy. I'm out there on the block. And that heat that you're talking about, when you start to feel the sweat like beading up on your body, on your back. And it's rolling down your back, and I'm trying to be so cool. You start getting dizzy, and start talking slow. Like right now, you like, man, we're gonna have to go back in the house. T, what's wrong? Shit, this jacket, this bitch hot. Woo! Yeah, I had plenty of times I went out there, but because I liked the trench coat so much, every time that I felt like it was a breeze that was strong enough, I went in the closet and grabbed that trench coat.
Yeah.
My big brother told me, you gonna fuck around, go out there and pass smooth the fuck out, trying to wear that trench coat. Like, man, you need to, man, you know I'm clean. You just hating on me because I'm clean right now. You're gonna be clean sleep out there in the street. What you gonna be? Yeah. Not knowing where the fuck you at.
Yeah. Yeah, all the time I had the jacket I got, it's only been one time that it was appropriate. And that was back in 2021 or 2020, something like that, when that cold ass winter storm came from Alaska and had it in. That was my first time ever seeing negative degree temperatures. You know what I'm saying? That was the appropriate weather to break the bitch out, but you couldn't go nowhere. Because the damn streets had ice and shit on them. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't nobody drive. You couldn't even walk down the street. But that was the only time I had the appropriate weather to wear it. But outside of that bitch, that would kill you in Texas, nigga.
Man.
All them 20 degrees and all that shit, that ain't cold enough. You need 0 degrees or something for this thick motherfucker.
-10.
Yeah.
-5 with a wind chill of 15.
Yeah, all that type of shit.
I remember the old cold days in Gary, because that cold coming off Lake Michigan. Whew, that bone chilling cold is something, bro. It's something. I used to hate for my auntie to be like, Lee, Tori, I need y'all to go to the store. My auntie like RC Cola, Cool Filter King, and Oreo cookies, right? This was her go-to snack. It just so happened that this was a time that I'm 10, 11, 9. You know, I'm in that age range where I could literally go to the store for my auntie with the note, get a pack of cigarettes, go to the liquor store for my auntie, and get a bottle of Smirnoff. His cheap ass, my uncle, his old cheap ass, he wanted, hey, I give you this quarter, go to the liquor store for me. What I'm gonna do the quarter, Unc? What I'm gonna do the quarter? Which with a quarter back then, I could buy 25 pieces of candy because we had penny candy. We literally had stores that had penny candy, stuff like that. I literally could get penny candy, bubble gum, now laters, what you call it? Jolly Ranchers, you know, these type things. So she would pick. She sent us to the store one day. It's like 3 feet of snow outside, bro. And my mama, bless her heart, because she was like, baby, what kind of boots you want? And instead of me being smart, like all my friends whose mamas was like, I'm gonna pick your boots. I don't give a shit what you think. I'm gonna pick your boots. My mom was like, no, baby, what kind of boots you want? You know what I said?
What?
Cowboy boots.
Yeah.
I want some cowboy boots. Now everybody else got these moonwalking looking boots and boots with thick insoles in them and stuff. Like I got cowboy boots. We walked our ass to the store, bro. These cowboy boots, you know what I'm saying? They look sharp. You know, I like how they look. They pointed toes. They got nice design on them. They some nice looking boots. Problem with that is they have no inside insulation whatsoever. They're not even waterproof. So we walk into the store through the snow. It's kind of windy outside. And I don't know if you ever been in a winter situation where it's kind of snow rain. We call it sleeting because some of it is snow and some of it's rain. And then the wind is blowing. Now I got a nice coat on, the kind that you zip up. It's like a Parker. We got the hood on it, zip up, and when you zip it all the way up to the face, it's like a telescope. You know, it covers your face like you were walking out. The rest of me was warm, but bro, my feet had got wet. And the store, you know, on a summer day, it's not a bad walk. But in the wintertime, and it's sleeting outside, and it's 3 feet of snow, and your cousin, you know, he got some good boots. So it ain't crossing his mind that I'm suffering. I get back to the house, my socks wet. My feet are so cold that when they start defrosting, it feel like they itching.
Yeah.
You feel like you got athlete's foot. That's how cold your feet be. And then your boots don't dry out fast. And now I got to go to school with these wet boots. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we didn't catch no school bus to school. We walked to school. Me and Pooh Bear walked to school. And school wasn't closed. And then we
I had to go to school, nigga.
Man, we had to go to school. You going to school. And yeah, I told y'all Pooh Bear fucked off the breakfast system. My auntie got up and decided to cook breakfast one day. Pooh Bear didn't eat. That killed breakfast. Then we, you know, the rule was if you get into a fight, you know, you and Pooh Bear, y'all, you know, because we the youngest too. We get into a fight. If I get into a fight, Pooh Bear, you know, you gotta stay there with your cousin, don't leave. Pooh Bear get into a fight. Well, you know, I'm down for Pooh Bear. We gonna fight. Nigga, tell me why I get into a fight one day. Pooh Bear go home.
Oh, Pooh Bear ain't no killer.
Shit. Pooh Bear went home. I get to the house. I'm like, why you leave me? Oh, I knew you could be him.
Yeah.
What? You know, that's not how it worked, Pooh Bear. But I couldn't tell on her because I knew if I told on her, she would have got a whooping. It would have been all bad. Because me and Pooh Bear, boy, I couldn't go to school. Like, you know, we go to school, play football, playing, you know, lunch break, you go outside, you play. We played. I get a grass stain on my pants. Pooh Bear used to get her hair braided, and her mama put beads in her hair. You know, she'd get her hair braided up, and then Catherine would put all these beads in her hair. Pooh Bear hair. All like, remember how Venus and Serena, when they first came out, how their hair would be beaded up?
Yeah.
That's how Pooh Bear used to go to school. And Pooh Bear came home one day, And one of her braids, the beads was gone. And her mama was like, what happened to the beads? Now, Pooh Bear looking shocked. Hell, I'm looking shocked because I'm like, all the time we was walking, I didn't notice no beads was missing. The minute we walked in the house, first thing her mama said, what the beads is supposed to be in your head? Because she had a box of beads, all colors, clear, red, green, blue, yellow, just you name it. Pooh Bear got the brakes beat off her that day because she was missing some beads. I felt sorry for Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear ass was whooped so good to bruh, I was holding back crying.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. And then Pooh Bear gonna tell me I'll make her sick because I didn't tell her that the beads was missing. We was young and I didn't cuss, but if I did cuss, I would have been like, bitch, I didn't know the beads was missing.
Yeah, they ain't got shit to do with me, really.
Exactly.
It's your motherfucking head.
I bet you next time you go outside to play, you will take it easy.
Yeah, I remember one time my uncle had the whole school laugh at my motherfucking ass. I had seen my uncle. He had on some cowboy boots that was cleaned in a bitch. I was like, man, I love them motherfuckers. He said, you like them, nephew? He said, shit, I'm gonna get you some then. I said, yeah, that's a bet, man. Yeah, knock me out some of them motherfuckers, man. Size 13. He said, yeah, I got you. And he like a real rancher type motherfucker. He got livestock and all that kind of shit. Like he real Western motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah, he square business about his cowboy boots too. So this motherfucker called me on the phone. He said, nephew, you want the regular kind or you want the king toe kind? He said, them motherfuckers clean, nephew. I said, shit, I don't really know what that is, but yeah, go ahead and I'll take them king toes.
That's
He
the
said,
curl
yeah,
toe?
I got you. Yeah, that's the one that got the pointy tip and they kind of curl up in the front.
Yeah. Look like a fucking elf.
Yeah, he sent them to me and I opened them up. I was like, man, hell no. I did not think he was talking about no shit like this. You know what I'm saying? But you know, my uncle done got them for me. I said, man, fuck it, I'm gonna wear these bitches. Cause they still kind of clean. They just look crazy with this king toe and this the tip going up. I'm talking about as soon as I walked into school, I walked in the student center, motherfucker looked down on me. One person, he saw my shit and just bust out laughing. Then the next person, everybody that saw me just died laughing. I'm talking about people on the ground laughing, tears coming out their eyes, holding their stomach. I'm talking about just dying laughing, nigga. That was funny in the bitch. I called after school. I called my uncle and said, "Look, man, you gonna have to exchange them motherfuckers or something, cause I can't be rocking them bitches, man. Them hoes around there got me suspended for causing an uproar at school. As soon as I walk in, everybody bust out laughing at these motherfucking boots, man. Give me some regular ones, man. I can't do the king toes, bro." He said, man. Yeah. He said, them motherfuckers are real king too, nephew, ain't they? He said, you could kick an ant in the corner and kill it with the motherfuckers, can't you? Yeah, I can, but I ain't about to be getting laughed at and shit all year, man. Fuck that shit. Give me some regular one.
Man. Yeah, Champ Ross, the RC Cole legit. My auntie loved it. D-Lo said he had a nice hooded Dickies jacket. The one that is he said that one. He said, wait. I have a nice hooded Dickies jacket, so he still got it. He said one of his old job brought it. He said he had that MF on in the snow and instantly had to take that hot MF off. That means that when it was snowing, it was like, it must have been like no wind chill, stuff like that. Because you can have snow and it's not really cold. You can go out there with a windbreaker on. But if you got snow with some wind chill, it's different. But you know, because you deep south, you in Georgia and stuff, y'all deal with the Mississippi get cold in the bitch. So you know what it is. That man said, Champ Ross said you had those iron chic boots on.
Hey, y'all remember too, man, the word cowboy, that's a whitewashed word. That was a derogatory word towards us.
Towards the black guys.
Yeah, the white ones, they call them cattlemen. And the black ones, they call them cowboys.
Cowboy.
And then they took that shit as their own and started calling each other cowboys. But they used to be cattlemen and we was the cowboys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's our shit.
Now they look, but you know, they take everything from us, just like Memorial Day. That man say motherfucking King Toe.
Yeah.
He said, no, man, that jacket is different. I know Dickie do make some nice stuff. They do make some nice stuff. And I had a Dickie's work jacket when I worked out in the oil field. That mug covered me pretty good while I was out there, especially on cold nights and in the rain. But you know, like I said, I'll never work in the oil field again. I don't care what nobody say. I can't be out there sleeping up under the stars like that. No damn tent, rain, snow, no matter what. You out there digging, waiting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You out there, and then I had got smart. You know how they had those generator lights? They run off the gas. I had figured out a way to set my tent up by it, and then I had this dude that would be out there with me. We put the back part of the tent up where the engine of the light running to make the light run, and then we would gain heat from that. Then it had some plugs on it, so I started taking the TV out, small TV out there, and a PlayStation. And I'm out there playing Madden.
Yeah. Hey, I got to shine some light on the motherfucking Spurs and shit too, man.
They doing their thing, ain't they?
I know they was acting a fool in San Antonio after that first game.
Boy, riding around, blowing their horns, flying their flags, wearing their jerseys. I'm riding through neighborhoods. It's Spurs fans on every porch.
Yeah, I actually expected the Spurs to win game one, though. I was debating my mom about the shit. And the reason is because they don't have neither team has a strong home road dichotomy. So that's the type of setup where a team can go get a win. You know what I'm saying? Like I see that shit pretty frequently. So I told my mom, I said, it's a great chance that the Spurs will win game one. And plus, OKC, they the type of team, even if they superior, they like to go 7 games with motherfuckers. I know they just went out there and beat Bronny James and all that shit and swept them. But if you're a real team, like last year with the Indiana Pacers, they go 7. They seem like a team that want to go out there and see what you got first. And then they want to go out there and start playing some basketball. So it just looked like the perfect opportunity for the Spurs to go get that first one. I wish we would have put some money on that shit. But that damn Wembanyama, that's a bad motherfucker, man. That boy went out there and went 41 points, 24 rebounds, had like 3 blocks. That was counted anyway. I'm talking about he looked like Will Chamberlain out there. And they had the lead for most of the game. And I like to see a good game. And plus I picked OKC to win the whole thing. So I'm cheering them back in the game a little bit. Y'all come back with something. And then they did, like coming down the stretch. It looked like they had a chance to win the game. Then all of a sudden, here comes this motherfucker Wemby. 30-foot 3-pointer splash. I'm talking about the whole arena. It knocked all the wind out of everybody. Everybody took a gut punch, a liver punch with that 3-pointer. You just saw everybody release all their motherfucking oxygen in the arena at one time. It got quiet where I was. I'm talking about that's the shot heard around the world. Lexington and Concord type shit. This motherfucker dropped this 3. And I was like, my fucking goodness, man, this dude here. And then his leadership and shit, man, that he was showing down the stretch. The 100% trust that his teammates got in him and shit. Anytime he celebrated, he ain't celebrating to the opponent. He's celebrating to his teammates. He just turn and look at him. And everybody looking up at this motherfucker like they looking at Dr. Manhattan on the Watchmen or some shit. Some shit that you ain't never seen before in your life. You know what I'm saying? And, okay, see, they did some stupid shit. I make Chet Holmgren get his bitch ass down there and guard Wemby. Fuck all of this guard the motherfucker on the perimeter while we got little bitty Caruso on Wembanyama. Or we got the Jalen Williams on Wembanyama. What kind of sense did that make? I got this 7'1" motherfucker right here, Chet Holmgren. Why the fuck I ain't got him on it? If I ain't got him on it, put that Harkenstein motherfucker on it. Y'all letting these little bitty ass guards guard Wemby. That shit is fucking stupid to me, man. You know what I'm saying? So they played a part in their demise. But that motherfucker Wemby, man, that's a monster. I'm sitting up here thinking like, damn, that's what the league got to deal with, and this motherfucker still young. And guess what? He ain't like the youngsters that be out there like American youngsters. They be full of themselves. They be having a lot of pride. He ain't from here, man. He from across that water. He respect the game. He going to go train with Akeem Olajuwon and all this kind of shit. As a matter of fact, in the last series, he had hit a game winner fadeaway. He said, yeah, I had to pull that Olajuwon out on him one time and all that kind of shit.
What?
Yeah, because he a real student of the game, and he respect the old school enough to want to go pick their brain and learn what they know. And he implemented in the game. I love a link to the past, man.
That's beautiful.
And that motherfucker there dangerous, man. He a monster. I still got OKC to win the whole thing, because that's just how I roll. You know what I'm saying? I roll with the numbers. As far as the average margin of victory, they ahead of San Antonio, you know what I'm saying? So I got to roll with OKC, but that damn Wemby is very, very impressive. I ain't bullshitting. I can't be too surprised if they win the series, because they so far they've played, I think, 6 times this year, and they 5-1 against OKC. It is interesting that they were 6.5 point underdogs in the first game, which they won. Now they coming back in the second game, and they 6.5 point underdogs again. So that kind of let you know the odds makers, they feel pretty strongly about OKC winning the series and shit. But I would not be surprised if San Antonio take it down. They dangerous, and they didn't even have one of their best players, the youngster that got drafted by Sacramento. I can't think of his name. He real fast though. He get up and down the court fast and the motherfucker. They ain't even have him. You know what I'm saying? But this game too, we gonna get a chance to really see what kind of leadership Wemby has. Because a lot of the time when teams go on the road and they steal a game on the road, they relax after that. They say, we done our job. We done flipped the home court advantage. We went down there and we stole the game on their home floor, so now we can relax. And then when we go back to our home floor, we can go and crank it up again. If he got serious leadership, he gonna keep that foot on the motherfucking pedal. He gonna keep his foot on the teammates' neck and make them stay down. We are not gonna relax. We are gonna go down here and go up 2-0 on these people on their own home floor. If he a real killer, he gonna do everything in his power to go up 2-0 on their home floor. If he kind of a killer, he gonna be cool with settling, going home tied up 1-1. So I got my eyes on Wemby and your leadership right now. Let me see what kind of killer you are. Are you a killer that's cool going home 1-1, or you want to go home up 2-0 on their home floor?
Yeah, it would be smart to put the pressure on their ass, make them be fighting with their back against the wall. And the player you're talking about is De'Aaron Fox. That's Eric Garcia, his name, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, that motherfucker fast, man. Appreciate that, yeah.
He said Trey thought he was talking about them roach killers, not them magic carpet joints.
Yeah, Unc said you can kick an ant in the corner and kill it with them motherfuckers.
That's crazy. Eric Garcia said when he hit that deep three, I'm like, that's game. That's game. And he said hearing that just made him a fan of Wemby. That he went and worked out with the king, went and picked the king's brain. If you're gonna pick somebody, that's a good person to pick. That's a good center to pick. Because it's hard to pick Shaq, because Shaq was a power dude. He had some moves, but most of his stuff was power, and I'm so much bigger than everybody, I just powered through. But Akeem, he was finesse.
Yeah, Orlando Shaq, though, had a little bit more finesse in this game. You know what I'm saying? But when
he was younger and he wasn't quite as big yet.
Yeah, but he wanted to have more finesse, but his stepdad, I should say, wouldn't let him. He said one day his stepdad came to his game and he had been watching some tape on Dr. J. So he said he went up in that motherfucking cane with a smooth finger roll, talking about shit. I had to get my Dr. J on. And his stepfather called him outside and slapped the dog shit out of him. I don't want to see no motherfucking Dr. J. Be Shaq and go up there and put a motherfucker in the ring. And he said, yeah, I had to put that Dr. J shit up, and I got physical with the motherfuckers.
Start putting rims down. Start breaking backboards.
Yeah.
just putting the game on hold. He the reason breakaways was created.
Yeah. But that damn Wemby, man, that dude dangerous, man. He like a modern day Wilt Chamberlain, but can shoot the three. You know, he can do all that shit out there, man. He can handle the ball. He gonna finish in close. His defense is on point. He protect the rim. He blocking and altering shots all night. I'm talking about SGA them. If they get an opportunity to go to the rim, they moving so fast that they out of control because they trying to get to the rim before Wemby get over there. So as soon as they get the ball, them motherfucker dribbling hard, the bitch trying to get up in there. And they out of control, missing layups and shit.
So his presence,
that
already
Wemby
messed
effect.
him up.
Yeah, his presence, that Wemby effect just had him just paranoid down there out there. Like, man, okay, do I got a chance right now? Okay, he over there. Let me try to get up in there. Like, this nigga Wemby is a monster.
So it sounded like he covered ground quick too.
Oh yeah, he the best player on the floor. He is the best player on the floor. He is a generational talent. And he mean too, like he the one that changed the All-Star game this year. They actually played some basketball in the All-Star game because Wemby said, fuck that, we hooping today. And he went out there and got aggressive, and everybody followed his lead and got aggressive and gave us a good All-Star game. That's just how he built, bro.
That's good.
He ain't soft. And he is not soft. He kind of fragile because he a big, tall motherfucker. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
But he'll kill him.
10-foot wingspan?
Yeah, shit, he crazy.
That's like what was his name? Billy O. Y'all remember Billy O used to play for the Orangemen? He had I think he had a 10-foot wingspan. He wasn't as tall as Wemby though. Eric Law said, what pisses me off is no bigs thinking to holler at Kareem. Just imagine what he could teach these cats. I think the reason they don't holler at him, because one, the sky hook is not an easy shot to master, and it's not pretty. You know, it takes a lot to master the sky hook. shooting 50 times the sky hook from all over the court. It's not a pretty thing. So these youngsters don't pick up on that. Instead of them looking at how hard it is, if you got height, it's damn near impossible to block. The only people I ever saw block the sky hook was Akeem and Ralph Sampson, and they had to do it as a team. One would jump, then the other one would jump. That's when the Rockets had the Twin Towers. And Kareem was a lot older then. But in order to master that sky hook, it takes a lot of repetitions. And I don't think that these youngsters got it in them to do that. You know, they want to be flashy dunk, 3-point shot. You know, they want to do the King move, shake and bake in the paint, up fake, and all that kind of stuff, which is great. But if you find one of them that decides to take the hook shot into consideration and make it their own, they can be a hard scorer to deal with. Oh, my boy Champ Ross said he remembered Billy Owen. Billy O was in college when I was in college.
But Kareem don't seem as social as Hakeem though. Hakeem looked like he openly invites people to come train with him. It's been a bunch of people. I'm talking about Tracy McGrady. Huh?
Kareem is like a guru kind of guy. He wants to see, if you come deal with him, you got to be like a well-read, one of those people that's a meditator, stuff like that. Kareem is like that. You know, he one of those kind of people.
Yeah, but Hakeem, he done trained a bunch of people. KG done been down there, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, a bunch of motherfuckers done been down there fucking around with Hakeem because he just open like that. He openly invites the players to come train with him, and he wants to pass down the knowledge that he has. What's the other motherfucker name with the sky hook we just talking about, man? Kareem ain't like that though, so I'm not surprised people ain't going down there trying to pick his brain like they trying to do with Hakeem Olajuwon though.
Yeah, Eric, I'll say Embiid would had to touch to learn the sky hook. It would have extended his career if he learned that and played with pace. And you're right, D-Lo. Wilt did used to block Kareem's sky hook. I had forgot about the Big Dipper, but yeah, I had forgot that he gave Kareem the blues. He actually was the one that dominated Kareem. He dominated Kareem, and what's the name dominated him? I can't think of his name. Played for Boston. Help me out, D-Lo. I know you know who I'm talking about.
Kevin McHale or some shit.
No, not McHale. Boston, the coach player. Got the coach player with all the rings.
You talking about Bill Russell?
Bill Russell. Bill Russell used to give the Big Dipper the blues. The Big Dipper used to give Kareem the blues because Kareem was younger than the Big Dipper. But Bill Russell he knew how to play I call him the Big Dipper, and Will Chamberlain. He knew how to deal with Will Chamberlain.
Even though Will Chamberlain still put up big numbers on him, but
he couldn't beat him.
Yeah, Bill Russell got the win though.
Yeah, he got the win.
Yeah, but it's hard to say you shut a nigga down and he done put up 45, 20, and 5 on you or some shit.
Yeah, I guess you could wear it as a kind of a badge because at that time when Wilt was there, he was the biggest thing there. And I believe it was in Wilt's career that they had banned dunking for a while. They had took the dunk away. He wasn't allowed to dunk because wasn't nobody as big as him.
Yeah,
we talking about players that you can literally say this person changed the game. Wilt Chamberlain changed the game, being so dominant, you wasn't allowed to dunk. That's crazy. Champ Ross said, if you didn't read 10 novels, Kareem didn't want you to come over to the house. Kareem is more closed off, but he has been through it. He may have trained folks that we don't know about. That's true too. That's true too. Robert Parrish was all right. He smoked a lot of weed. Him and McHale was some weed smoking characters. Robert Parrish was good. He was good. I liked him. I think his nickname was the Black Hole. Either he was the Black Hole or Kevin McHale was the Black Hole. I can't remember which one. It slips me. Kareem was the captain. He said, Cap is an old man. Yeah, he is an old man right now. What's with the sore face about Bill Russell, man? Bill Russell got more rings than anybody. People don't know him because he was part of that man there. He was a coach and a player. Come on, man. In Boston. Just let that sink in for a minute. Of all places, you the coach and a dominant player.
He was a great ambassador for the game too.
My boy D-Lo say, no, Russell didn't dominate Wilt. He was nice to Wilt. His team was always beating Wilt. Yeah, that's Russell team had the depth, and they had the depth. They had more players. They had more players that they had the role players and the real players that carried the load like they needed to. They had a very well-built team. He said the key was not to get Wilt angry. Yeah, that big 300-pound dude, he was a big 300-pounder back in the day that moved. He had some nice agility to him as well.
His fadeaway is underrated. Like when they talk about the unstoppable moves in NBA history, they don't never let go Wilt Chamberlain's fadeaway.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was killing niggas with that fadeaway out there. I think it's the most dominant fadeaway of all time. They want to talk about Jordan. They talk about Kobe. Talk about Wilt Chamberlain's fadeaway with his height and range. Can't stop that shit.
They probably, it's probably looked at as like this is just me saying it, but you think about it, you got a 7-footer with a fadeaway who nobody really could get up there to even deal with it if he just shot a straight up shot.
Yeah, them talking about he can't dunk. That probably made him develop other shit.
Right.
He definitely developed that fadeaway. If you look up his highlights, that's what you're gonna see. Wilt Chamberlain fadeaway splash.
Eric, they took the dunk away not because they would go up, they would low bridge, and they actually took it away because he was the only one really that was able to do it with such ease. You remember, at the time, basketball was still set up for the other man, not the brother man. So there was things that had to be done to let them still be able to compete.
Yeah, and they also thought it was like rude too, because Bill Russell talked about that shit. One thing I liked about Bill Russell though, when he block a shot, he keep that bitch in bounds, man. I don't know why most players don't block shots the way Bill Russell did. They always want to block it and knock it into the crowd and shit, and the team keep possession. Bill Russell used to tap that motherfucker, keep it in play, get the ball, and then initiate the fast break. He might take it coast to coast, but he might get the outlet and get them rolling. Fast break instead of just knocking it in the crowd and the other team keep possession.
Hold on, man. Oh, Napoleon Armstrong fell into the building. He said, "Man, hit that like button."
What's
Salute,
going down, bro?
Hold up. D-Lo said he shared a reel with Parrish, the Chief. That's right. Talked about joining the Bulls and having to let Mike know he was not like them other guys. Oh, I didn't see that because I had no idea that Robert Parrish had conversations about joining the Bulls. I wasn't a big Boston fan either, just for the simple reason they was Boston. And Bird, I respected Bird as a basketball player, but I could not stand Bird as a basketball player because he was always doing. I was like, man, this dude is good. Bird was good, and he would shoot people out. I'm like, dang, because I liked when Bird and Magic was playing. It wasn't just the fact that you liked a certain player. You like different teams, and I liked almost every team that played against the Boston Celtics because I want everybody to beat the Boston Celtics. Because Bird, his mustache, always every time I seen that dude's mustache, he just reminded me of an algae eater on the side of a fish tank.
Yeah, my grandpa used to be like, man, everything that white boy throw up, go in. Bird was a bad motherfucker. Yeah, he made them believe in teams that wore green too, green and white and shit. That shit carry over to me today. I used to bet tough when Michigan State had Kirk Cousins and Denard Robinson and they also had the running back that had went to Pittsburgh and shit. He was real patient in the backfield and he would explode out of nowhere. I can't remember his name, but they was tough at Michigan State with Mike D'Antonio. And also Tulane. I always tell y'all, that's my favorite team. And what drew me to them and made me start paying attention was that green and white. I go look at that green and white. I said, man, these motherfuckers different. They don't do nothing but cover point spreads. It's something about that green and white, man.
Then D-Lo just taught me something. He said Parrish played for the Bulls at the end of his career. That's not even in the Bulls. Hold on.
Who was that running back, y'all, that used to be real patient, man? And he exploded on the motherfucker. I can't see the chat right now.
You said what's going to explode?
I'm talking about a running back.
Well, I could have swore I just heard. I don't know about it. Say Boston had like 8 Hall of Famers on their team, on their squad. Larry Bird, Dennis Johnson. I can't remember the white guy's name right off the top of my head. Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, Andy. No, what was the little white guy's name that was on the white guard? I can't remember his name.
Hurley.
No, Hurley didn't play with Bird. Danny Ainge?
Yeah, Danny Ainge, yeah.
He said Wilt is very underrated when you really think about it, especially today. They don't give him no kind of props today. You know, he just in the book, you know, the most. He averaged a double-double for his career. You can't tell me that right there is Hall of Fame bound.
Yeah, appreciate that, Napoleon. Le'Veon Bell is who I was talking about. Yeah, he was patient. He was a beast with Michigan State, man. That was my squad. I'm talking about, I don't think I ever lost betting on them. Anytime I saw the opportunity where I felt like I had an advantage with Michigan State, they never lost. I'm talking about them motherfuckers with money in the bank, shorty, what you drank. Kirk Cousins, Le'Veon Bell, Denard Robinson, Mike D'Antoni. They was. I'm talking about the offense was solid, the defense hitting. The commentator, they would say they defense is robust. You damn straight, they hit over there, boy. Man, I missed them days. That was back in like 2011, 2012, somewhere off in there. That was some good years, man.
I am tripping. I'm with you. I'm going through my Chicago Bull book because I'm trying to see. I don't remember seeing Robert Parrish in here with the Bulls towards the end of his career. They did not put him in this book.
Moody Trayweather, what's up, bro? We ain't said it to you already. What's going down?
Salute Moody Trayweather. They got a picture of Derrick Rose dunking on I can't tell who it is. It's the Miami Heat. It's probably Haslam and LeBron James standing right there with this dumb look on his face, like, damn. I love the way the camera off the backboard, how it would get pictures of them.
Well, I remember when them Heat, they went to go play Chicago, and Chicago didn't have Derrick Rose. So everybody started putting their money on the Heat. I'm talking about betting heavy. The odds flipped. They flipped from being a slight favorite for the Chicago Bulls, because I think they was in Chicago, and then they flipped to the Heat being a big favorite. And everybody thought it was just a done deal that the Heat was gonna win because Derrick Rose ain't playing. Man, CJ Watson and John Lucas III came off the bench and made it rain like 40 days and 40 nights like the Bible. You talk about Splash Brothers. These was Splash Brothers before the Splash Brothers. I'm talking about they shot the Heat out the gym. I'm talking about they were, man, before you blink your eyes, they was up double digits on them motherfuckers and kept the lead. I'm talking about they shot LeBron them ass out the gym. Him, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, them motherfuckers walked out with their head hanging low, fucking around with CJ Watson and John Lucas III, nigga, one of the best displays of shooting that I ever seen watching basketball. I'm going to say that's like a top 3 performance. I put them up there with Peja Stojakovic and Jason Terry when they shot the motherfucking Lakers out the gym. 21 for 29 from the 3-point line. That shit that was crazy. But yeah, that John Lucas III and CJ Watson, man, that's one of the best displays of shooting that I ever seen. I done had plenty of games where I see Steph Curry and Klay Thompson shoot it real good, you know what I'm saying? So I probably can't even pick a game from them. But definitely in that top 3, nigga, CJ Watson, John Lucas III, Peja Stojakovic, and Jason Terry, and I'll put Klay and Steph up in there too, because you know they the kings.
Right. Right. I can't believe they don't have him in this book, D-Lo. But they go Will Chamberlain. I see Will Chamberlain going against the Bulls in the 1970s. Getting ready to, who is number 2? Getting ready to dunk on that boy. No, I mean getting ready to swat his shot. Wilk is up there too. Okay, put that down. Where were you at? Remember Wilk led the league in assists one year just to prove he could? D-Lo trying to make it seem like I was actually watching Wilk be able to play.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
For your time, huh?
Yeah, I don't remember that happening. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was there watching you. Bird was a hell of a mother. You ain't gonna I ain't gonna hold you. No, Bird was tough, man. Bird was a beast. He just it was like when he played, you respected him, but you was like, man, I wish somebody would beat his ass on the court in basketball, not beat him up, except for the time when he did something to Dr. J and they was holding him and Dr. J pieced him up. They made t-shirts about that. The doctor makes another house call.
Yeah. Probably
Mark,
the greatest ambassador in the history of the sport, Dr. J.
And he came from the ABA.
Yeah.
Wasn't even an original NBA player.
Yeah.
Didn't Marshall Faulk go to school in Texas?
I don't remember where the fuck Marshall Faulk went to school for some reason. I'm drawing the blank on that.
Wait a minute. Who was the running back for the Colts?
That was Marshall Faulk, and then they got Adrian James and shit.
No, Marshall Faulk. I thought Marshall Faulk was the running back for the Rams.
He went from the Colts to
the Colts to the Rams. Yeah. Okay, so I think he went to Bel Air High School in Houston.
Okay.
If my memory is serving me right.
I thought you were talking about college. I damn sure don't know what high school the nigga went to.
No, I'm talking about high school. I thought it was another running back though. I might not be Marshall Faulk. Adrian James. It was another running back that played for the Colts though. I'm talking about high school, D-Lo. You say he went to San Diego. I'm talking about high school though.
Oh, that's why I don't recognize he went to San Diego State. Moody Trey would have said, Trey, don't forget about Ray Allen and Rashad Lewis. Yeah, they was shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They was some
you know who else could shoot there? Who could shoot? Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges could shoot. The dude who played for the Bulls.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like memorable games though. I wasn't like trying to put CJ Watson and John Lucas III like high on the list of the best shooters, but they had one of the best shooting displays in the game that I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And who they did it against the Heatles and had them walking out with their head hanging low. I remember shit when Pedro Stojakovic and Jason Terry, they had the Lakers taking their jerseys off and throwing them in the crowd on the way out. Andrew Bynum and all the motherfuckers, they snatching their jerseys off. Man, fuck this Lakers shit, man. These motherfuckers done swept us, and they just shot us out the damn gym, 21 for 29. Shit, Stojakovic and Jason Terry, they went 14 for 15, just the two of them. 14 for 15 from three. Two niggas. They shot the hell out that ball, man. That was a hell of a run. Them niggas went out there. I think they took care of the Portland Trail Blazers when they had that boy from Ohio State and they had Brandon Roy, if I'm not mistaken. They took care of them Lakers. They took care of them the Heat, the Miami Heat. Who else they take care of? They took care of another good team. But they had a hell of a run, man. Them motherfucking Mavericks, they don't get the credit they deserve. And people always want to make up excuses and shit. LeBron let them win. Man, these niggas were hooping.
Ain't nobody trying to let nobody win. Stop that.
Man, they had defense. Tyson Chandler down there handling the paint. Them motherfuckers had JJ Barrera closing, coming down the stretch. Shit, Dwayne Wade and them said, man, we ain't have nothing for JJ Barrera. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we got Dirk over there with the step back on the one leg and fading away on them niggas. Man, they had a squad that year. I remember when my mom, they were like 09 or some shit like that. My mom was like, man, hey, the Mavericks, they going to go get a championship. I said, man, the Mavericks ain't gonna do nothing. This was at the very beginning of the season. And then when I got to looking and I started seeing the Sean, whatever the fuck his name is, playing the defense on the perimeter. Who?
My mind went to football. I'm the wrong person.
Yeah, but I got to looking at them dudes playing defense. That's what really sold me. I said, this is a good team. And I always was a fan of Tyson Chandler anyway. I know he ain't like a big scorer.
I like Tyson Chandler too. He just didn't turn out as great as I thought he would.
He was a solid ass player and he was a champion. That motherfucker wasn't big on scoring, but he gonna play defense and he had a hell of a presence down there in that paint. You had to respect it.
Man, I'm looking for the 72 team.
Yeah, Deshaun Stevenson, that motherfucker, I think he came from Minnesota or something. He's out there playing that defense. Oh, yeah. The Trail Blazers, the Lakers, and they beat OKC when they still had the big three. Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. They took care of them niggas. Show your ass up out of here.
He said Bill Russell played alongside 12 players who was eventually inducted into the Hall of Fame. Y'all gonna act like Lou Alcindor wasn't official. You came in a little late, Napoleon. We gave Kareem his props. Don't do that. We gave Kareem his props.
Hey, didn't Wilt play with a lot of Hall of Famers too, though?
He played in the era with a lot of them. When he was the first team he was on, I'm trying to think, was it Milwaukee? No, that was Kareem that was with Milwaukee. Who did Wilt first start off with?
The Lakers,
the original Lakers
Hall of Famers. Jerry West and all them motherfuckers, they didn't play with Wilt.
Jerry West, I think West did play with Wilt.
Yeah,
Wilt was always
finals.
He was always a Laker.
I don't know if he was always a Laker. I thought he played for the Bucks or something. I don't know. I might be tripping, man.
I know Lou Alcindor played for somebody before. He played for Milwaukee. I think he the one that played for the Bucks and went to the Lakers.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. It's so old that history kind of started jumbling up in my mind a little bit. But we on the right trail. Not to take anything away from the greatness of Russell, just saying those teams were loaded. Yeah, I guess you could say they were super teams back in the day, but they were regular. If that makes sense. They were organic. They weren't manufactured like today.
And then plus it was like in the early stages and shit too. It's just like in boxing. We got some folks in the Hall of Fame in boxing that wouldn't be shit if they fought today. James J. Corbett, for example. They call him the grandfather of boxing. Man, go look at that shit. That shit ain't pretty. We had a guy named Battling Siki. That was our first black light heavyweight champion. He couldn't fight worth a fucking. He beat the Orchid Man. What was the Orchid Man name? I can't remember. He was in the ring with Jack Dempsey for the first $1 million gate and all that shit. He couldn't fight worth a fuck. That's what was around back then. They wasn't just no great fighters, but they was pioneers and they was around.
The history at that time. They just happened to be born at the right time to be in the sport at the right time.
Yeah, Carpentier. I can't remember the name of this one opponent he had. He was trash as fuck. James Carpentier or something like that. That's the Orchid Man. He fought this one guy, man. They unified the light heavyweight championship. He was another white fighter. He was trash as fuck. I'm talking about they wearing them thongs or some shit they fight.
Oh, the sashes, like they wearing those sashes.
Man, they had thongs on, and they was every time they swing a punch, their whole body would spin around in a circle and shit. I said, what kind of shit is this? And they got it on YouTube. So I said, man, what kind of shit is this motherfucker throw a punch and spin around in the whole circle when he missed the punch? And that's a Hall of Fame. Fuck out of here, man. That motherfucker
putting everything into it.
Yeah, he ain't got himself shit, man, but he in the Hall of Fame.
He trying to knock a brother block off. He said, I used to see that boy Eddie House get hot from deep. I remember Daniel Gibson had a game in the playoffs with the Cavs where he couldn't miss. Eddie House. Wasn't he a Laker?
No, he played for the Celtics. That's one of my favorite fucking teams of all time. You got Ray John Rondo. You got Paul Pierce.
Oh, you talking
Ray Allen.
Hold
on, let me think. You got Ray Allen. You got the ticket, Kevin Garnett. You got James Posey out there playing that defense. You got Eddie House hitting them threes on the motherfuckers. You got Big Baby Davis coming off the bench and shit. Tony Allen, god damn, they got a young Tony Allen playing lockdown defense with James Posey on the perimeter. That is one of the most underrated teams of all time. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That's one of my favorite teams of all time.
Hey, if it's not Marshall Faulk, I'm trying. My mind's still stuck on this running back, man, from Bel Air. He went pro. If it's not Marshall Faulk. Dang, his name on the tip of my tongue. He played for the Colts. I can't think of this, but I wish Big E was on here. I bet Big E know him right out the gate. Right out the gate.
Joseph Adai.
Joseph or Die.
There you go.
That's him. Joseph or Die, not Marshall Falk. My bad, y'all. I knew it was Joseph or Die. That's who it was. I couldn't remember that boy name for nothing.
Yeah, if I would have thought about it a little bit harder earlier, I would have been there had the name. But yeah, Joseph would die. He was pretty good.
Petrovic, do y'all? I can't see. Drazen Petrovic playing the NBA, the Olympics. That dude was on his way to being a great. The name sound familiar, but I'm not seeing his face.
He was cold. Vernon Maxwell said he smelled like shit though. And the motherfuckers ain't want to guard him and shit because he was stinking out there. Like he literally smelled like shit when he was on the court.
He probably did that on purpose because I remember some guys used to eat onions. They used to eat raw onions so you wouldn't want to be in the, you wouldn't want to hold them. They breath smell so bad. It was a tactic. So he probably did that as a tactic.
He probably did. Vernon Maxwell said, man, that motherfucker was cold. He gonna give you buckets, but he smelled like shit out there.
Chuck Person, the rifleman. I remember him. San Francisco Warriors. Yeah, I know Kareem played for the Bucks. I was trying to think, did Wilt play for somebody else before he went to he played for the Warriors in his prime. That's what Moody Trayweather's saying. Okay, good looking, Trayweather. That was late in his career when he played for Philly.
Oh yeah, Embiid, he got fucked up when he hurt himself before he came out of college. If that wouldn't have happened, I think Embiid would have been on some other shit. He was the closest thing to Hakeem Olajuwon I had ever seen. He was at Duke, I think he was at Duke, but I remember when he had went up for a dunk or some shit, then he was on the rim, then he fell down right on his back. And then he started writhing in pain and shit. And then he still ended up going like number 3 in the draft or something like that. But he came out hurt. And he never really got his health together in the league. But if he wouldn't have got hurt coming out of college, man, I think he would have been on some other shit, man. That motherfucker there, I'm talking about he doing the fadeaway. He turning on the left shoulder and the right shoulder. Splash. You know what I'm saying? Embiid was cold in college, man. I hate he got hurt, man.
Ooh, that boy. Hold on. It said House played for the Celtics then. He Moody Trayweather, Eric R being funny, saying laughing around. That's that spin around punch Boots was trying to clip Karen Chukajohn with. Yeah. The Celtics was very complete team with no glaring wrinkles, weaknesses, kind of like the Piston squad with the Wallace, Billups, Prince, and Rip. That was a team to me. That's Detroit team. They weren't like big superstars, but they was like great in their positions. Chauncey Billups was the perfect guard. He could bully smaller guards in the paint, and he could take the bigger guards onto the outside. Rip Hamilton was like buckets from mid-range for real, just buckets from mid-range. Prince did his thing, and Ben Wallace was a beast on those boards to not be a 7-footer. But
and don't forget about Rasheed Wallace, nigga. He was out there hooping his ass off.
Oh yeah, Mr. Patchhead. Rasheed was doing his. Is that the Wallace you're talking about? Wait,
they had both of them at the same time.
Oh yeah, because Rasheed went to the Clyde Drexler's team. I can't think of the name of their team.
I know he played for either the Trailblazers or he played for
the Trailblazers. He went to the Trailblazers for a little while. But no, Akeem was a beast.
No, I like them Celtics because they had so many people. The team was so deep. Like they was deep as fuck, and they had players that went on to start for other teams and shit. Like Tony Allen is one of the best defenders that I've ever seen. James Posey is one of the most underrated defenders that I've ever seen. And he gonna hit the open 3 on your ass. Like I said, they had Eddie House. They had Leon Pope. They had Big Baby Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like, these ain't even the main players. We ain't even talking about Ray John Rondo. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Jesus Shuttleworth, what's his name? Ray Allen. Like, come on, man. This motherfucking team was deep as hell, and they ain't even said everybody.
Boy,
There's
you
other players that I don't.
when you said that.
Sam Cassell, he was like a veteran presence on the team, like even above.
I played against him in
KG.
college. I played against him in college.
He was hooping for them Celtics though. He was like a Vinny the Microwave or something for them motherfucking Celtics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, you just said a name right there, Vinny the Microwave Johnson. Come off the bench and give you a quick 20.
Yeah, that's what Sam was for them Celtics, man. I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite teams, bro.
He was also a beast for the Rockets. He played a good role for the Rockets too.
Oh yeah, the Rockets, they team was deep too. That's another one of them teams that was just real deep.
That boy Moody said Rondo was playing. Rondo to me, I don't think enough people really gave him the full aspect of being the point guard that he was. That dude played that position. He had mitts for hands. He can handle, he can control that ball. He was one of my favorite people to see handle the ball. Isaiah Thomas was another person I used to love to see handle the ball. Mark Aguirre was just smooth when he had the way he handled the ball. Chris Jackson, before he changed his name, he was cold with handling the ball. Man.
Who did Mark Aguirre replace on the Bad Boy Pistons?
Who did he replace?
Yeah. That brother that could score real good. He real quiet though. They call him stoic. I think he did some coaching and shit too.
I gotta think.
Because you know Aguirre came for the second championship.
Yeah, he came from Dallas.
Yeah, he came for the second championship. Who was that guy that he replaced though?
Ooh, you hit me with a good one with that one because they had. Now I gotta remember exactly when because I'm thinking of Brad Sellers and all them, but I don't think Brad Sellers was on their team when Mark Aguirre went there.
If you say the name, I'll recognize it. He had like I think he had like a flat top.
I would have to ask my brother. I cannot remember.
They said he was kind of contentious on the team, though. That's why they went on ahead and let him go on up the road and brought in Mark Aguirre. I think his name might have started with a D.
Adrian Dantley.
Dantley, yeah. There we go. Adrian Dantley.
Good looking Moody Trey. Didn't he go play for the with Clyde Drexler now?
I don't remember. You know, that was really a little bit before my time. I was a youngster back then.
Wait a minute. Hold up. I just saw somebody's name. Dan Marley. Boy, no, not Dan Marley. The other white guy. He could jump. He would jump. Who?
Brent Berry or some shit?
No, not Brent Berry. Dang, it started with a T. Come on, Moody Treyweather, I'm looking for you to hit me with this one. White guy, he can jump. He was like one of Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers was one of my favorite white guys that played basketball because the dude could jump out the gym. I don't know if you remember, they used to have these tapes that the dunk tapes where they show all the different dunks of people dunking in games and stuff like that. Tom Chambers had dunked on somebody. He had jumped. He was up so high that when he dunked, he had to lean his face over from the rim, and his arms was bent.
I know you're talking about.
You oh shoot, my head. You say you know the dunk I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That man, that's a beautiful poster. If I could find a poster like that, it'd be in my man cave right now.
Yeah.
That's one of the best dunks. I would have to even say it's better than when what's his name jumped over. He was like a 7-footer. That's what made it crazy because he had crazy hops to be that tall. You usually don't see the guys with that much height have crazy hops.
But don't start talking too crazy because we ain't about to put it over Vince Carter jumping over that motherfucking head in the Olympics. We ain't gonna do that.
I don't know, bro. I'm just saying the way he went over old boy. I'll say the poster. I'll put them side by side. I'll put them side by side. How about that?
I don't know, man. I gotta put Vince number one, man.
I'll say Vince is the number one dunker. Cause
I'm talking about that particular dunk though, when he jumped over that motherfucking head, man. Like that was one of the moments where you remember where you were. I was in the barbershop and shit getting my hair cut, man. I was in the chair when he done that shit.
Like, you didn't get no plug, did you?
Nah, I ain't getting no plug, man. The barber was real good, man. He did his thing, but I probably tested him a little bit though, because when he hit that dunk on that dude, man, I lost my mind.
Everybody lost their mind. It was on Sports Center for how long?
Shit, I had the poster and everything, man. He had jumped over somebody's head in North Carolina too. People don't really talk about that dunk. I can't remember who he jumped over, but he jumped over a motherfucking head at North Carolina. Vince was a beast, man.
That boy D-Lo said his cousin put him on Tom Chambers early on. Tom Chambers was all right with me, man. Tom Chambers was a beast. Vince slam dunk contest broke the NBA. KJ dunking on Kareem was one of those. KJ, what was his name from
Kevin
New
Johnson.
York? Kevin Johnson dunked on the Bulls. That was a good one.
No, you ain't talking about John Starks.
No, John Starks.
Yeah.
John Starks dunked on the Bulls. That was a good one.
Yeah. KJ used to dunk on niggas out there in Phoenix, though.
Yeah, he would catch you slipping. He would walk over your back and catch you slipping.
They were talking about Dan Marley can guard Jordan, and Jordan went out there and put 50 on him.
Oh, this what y'all saying? Okay, let's go ahead and find out about this.
Yeah. Man,
y'all done shot me back. Y'all, when he said that, I'm still looking through my Bulls book. They did the Chief wrong then because they do not have him in this book.
Y'all sure that motherfucker played there?
I think he was like on the bench because I think Eric also said he was on the 72-10 team. If he played, he was like one of those guys that just got a ring. He really didn't put in a lot of work on the court that year.
Yeah.
Because Cartwright, Will Perdue, what was the other dude name? People used to make fun of him and say he was a female. He was like one of the first basketball dudes they used to make fun of, always calling girly. Will Perdue, Cartwright. I can't think of the other white guy's name.
You ain't talking about Luke Longley, are you?
Luke Longley, and then they had the King brothers, Stacey King. Stacey King was on the team.
And his brother wasn't Bernard King, was it?
No, not Bernard King. Bernard King wasn't with Jordan.
Yeah, I know he played for the Knicks. You said a brother.
But yeah, they had a slew of big men to play the center, and he was with John Sally in them.
Okay, I do remember when John Sally played for the Bulls. So okay.
John Sally went from the Pistons, went to the Bulls, and Brad Sellers. I thought Brad Sellers was going to be what Kukoc turned out to be, but it didn't work out like that. Brad Sellers ended up being kind of a bust. Bro, it's 10:38. Oh man, let me tell you. Before I say it's 10:38, I'm going to get off here. So, my wife is very competitive. Very competitive. She go out there and put a pink light. She put a pink light on the garage door so our house be different. She'd come in the house and be like, baby, come look at this. So I go, look. Just the other day when everybody's lights was white, I put this pink light out here. Now look, it's pink light over there. Pink light over there. That's how she is, right?
Yeah.
So she goes in the backyard. And it's, we got the new grass put back there. I'm fighting hard trying to get the grass to get green all the way across. I'm getting spots. It's greening up and it's growing. But my wife goes out there and starts a fight with an ant bed. You laughing, but these are some big ass ants. She done went out there, she done poured hot water down on them, not realizing she killing the grass. She done poured bleach down the hole, some other kind of stuff down the hole. She just, she going hard in the paint. The ants are fighting back. She done did something to these ants that, bro, I went out there the other day. The ants have cut the grass in a trail to the fence, under the fence. I'm looking over the fence into the backyard of the house that's next door to us. Ants is coming out the ground from on that side. I don't know if they moving out our yard or moving into our yard. But all I know is that they done cut my grass, bro. It's a whole, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, about like 5 square feet of deadness where these ants is running back and forth. And then she keep coming in the house talking about, I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, why you even go out there and mess with them? Yeah. I asked you, I was like, let me just get some poison, the kind you put on there and then water it, go down there, it do its thing to them, they be gone. No, you got to go out there and aggravate these motherfuckers. They was all huddled in one spot, just minding their business, really, digging their little hole, just chilling. You done went out there and agitated them, and now they walking across the whole yard. They like, when you go out there, you have to be careful because you might get them on you, and they big ants.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the most populous. We got more ants than anything on the motherfucking planet besides microorganisms. They really rule the world. Leave them motherfuckers alone.
I know. And then she so she was asleep. I'm sorry, babe, to be laughing at you but she was asleep the other day. I came home from work and she was like, babe, guess what? I was like, what? She said, I had took a nap on the couch and I felt something crawling on my face. Now, let me tell you, since she done messed with the ants, 2 scorpions that showed up at the front door. Spiders then showed up at the front door. She said she woke up and something was crawling on her face, so she went crazy and she killed it. But she was like, it's laying on the ground. It was black and white. I don't know what it was. But I'm like, that's because you fuck with those ants. And now all the little critters.
Yeah, the ants keep that shit in check. Everything is part of the ecosystem. Just like my uncle called me, talking about it was a snake underneath his car, underneath his wheel and shit. And he is deathly terrified of snakes. He is scared to death of snakes. So I go over there, and I'm expecting a little snake, but it was actually a pretty nice sized snake. So I can understand why he was kind of nervous about it. So I say, the snakes is part of the ecosystem, man. You don't need to just be killing the motherfuckers for nothing. So I say, well, this is what you do. Go ahead and pull out, turn out towards the street. I'm going to get this water hose and I'm going to spray that motherfucker. And hopefully he just go on about his business and we let him stay alive. So my uncle get in the car. I'm over here trying to direct him which way to go. This motherfucker smash on the damn gas and go in reverse and run the goddamn snake over. And I'm like, man, what? Being scary as a motherfucker. Like, that shit ran me hot in a bitch. Like, goddamn, why you got to be so goddamn scary that you can't go with the plan? The plan was you pull out into the street and then we spray the motherfucker and let it run. You gonna just reverse and then just run over the goddamn snake and shit with fear and shit all in his eyes and shit. That shit ran me hot in a bitch over there being scary as hell. Like,
you in the car and you scared that the snake gonna do something?
He in the car. He is definitely terrified of snakes, though. That's his phobia. I ain't seen him be scared of too much else, but he definitely scared of snakes. And it's like all logic went out the window. I'm like, shit, what the fuck I come over here for? You could have done that on y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go out there and run the motherfucker over. He done called me. My other uncle done pulled up.
Man, he called the whole family.
Yeah.
He done called everybody. Y'all gotta come on over here and do something about this snake, man.
Yeah, it probably wasn't nothing but a grass snake or some shit. I don't know what kind it was, but I know The eyes didn't look like no cat eyes or nothing. Just had the regular round eyes and shit. I don't think it was poisonous or nothing like that.
Probably a garden snake.
Yeah.
We used to hunt for those all the time, garden snakes. Napoleon Armstrong said, put cheated iron on your lawn, deep green even in the winter. Okay, I'm gonna take that into effect because she didn't kill the big old area of it messing with these ants. And you know, I can't really say nothing. Like my wife, she likes to do her thing. You know what I'm saying? She likes to do her thing. She wants to hang pictures on the wall and stuff like that, right? But she asked me, because she little, you know, she's not a big girl. She a little girl. She had to stand on stuff to hang stuff up. So she don't realize when she be standing on stuff, she hangs it up a little high. Right? And sometimes it be a little crooked. But she asked me, like, baby, so what you think of that? And I had learned my lesson from when we was young, not to say shit, you know, just be like, yeah, that's good. And when she ain't looking, you know, you straighten it up or whatever, you know, fix it to the right way, you know. So I don't know. In my older age, I had forgot that. Don't say nothing. I fucked around and was like, well, that picture right there crooked, and that one crooked, and that one too tall because it shouldn't be over the window. Now she mad at me, right? Oh, you know how it is. I'm doing what I knew you was gonna say something. So I'm like, okay. So my boy Otis come over. Y'all know OB's come over to visit. He say the same shit I say. You know what my wife say? Oh, help me fix it then. I ain't just a bitch.
Yeah.
I get chewed out. If anybody should have got it, it should have been Otis. But no, Otis come over here. He got a little level because he got ADD or HDAD, whatever the fuck you call it, where he can't look at shit if it's crooked. It'll keep bothering him.
That's OCD.
He got that.
Yeah.
So I started saying, you know what? When I started letting her hang up shit, I'm gonna call Otis over. Let his OCD start fucking with him. He gonna go out to the car, get his level, and all this other shit. And it's funny to me because he come in. I asked him to come help me hang my TVs up. He goes through this whole ritual. He gotta like look at the spot where he gonna hang it at. Look at the furniture that's around, make sure it's gonna be in the center. I'm sitting here cracking up because I'm like, if it was me, I'll just look, eyeball it, and we going from right there. I use the level to make sure it's straight, but all this getting the furniture in the right spot and all that, man. And the funny thing about it, O is a Aries like my wife is, and his wife is a Virgo like I am.
Yeah.
So I
gotta go get me something to eat, bro. I'm about to fall out in this motherfucker. I apologize, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you letting me get on and shit. I ain't ate that much today. I'm over here feeling that shit too, nigga. I feel like I had that thick ass jacket on in school about to pass out. So I got to go find me something to eat, man. I'll be listening in the chat though, man. Salute to everybody. Y'all check the fights out this weekend. We didn't even go over the goddamn fights for this weekend, but y'all check the fights out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll get with y'all. Salute.
All right, bro. Y'all heard him. He said y'all battling versus the movie cast of A Bug's Life. Something like that. Something like that. And I see it, D-Lo. The Robert Parrish tells a story of Michael Jordan being ruthless. Let me see if I can.
Michael Jordan. Like that. And I'll talk to you before about Michael. You said he was a tiger. You said he was a bully. He was a tiger. Yeah, he was.
I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm just looking at it. Okay, so he was okay. I appreciate that, D-Lo. Stop it. I appreciate that. I really did not. Damn. I really did not. I really did not realize that he was on the team. But you can sit on the bench and get a ring. That's all good. After fishing for so long, snakes don't bother me. I feel you, Moody. I can mess with a garden snake, you know, poisonous snakes. I'm not really trying to deal with it. I have chopped off the head of a rattlesnake before, but it was a baby. So, you know, it wasn't like that much of a danger episode. It was when I was in the oil field. I moved the pipe. He was there. I was gonna let him make it, but he jumped at my boot. So I chopped his head off with my brand new knife that my wife had bought me to have out there. Hey, I got a video of one doing it. I don't know what one y'all talking about. HDAD, high definition attention deficit. A defect. Deficit. He got that. He got that. He has that. But now I use it to my advantage because I'm like, bruh, look at that. Oh, it's crooked. It's crooked. It could be barely a hair off. And he get to pulling out his level. I'm like, bro, you actually got a level in the car? Yeah, I keep it with me. Why are you keeping a level in the car with you, bro? Why are you doing that? You can't just be going to people's houses, finding stuff that's not straight and just straightening it all willy-nilly. That you can't do that. But you know, y'all family, I could do that at this house. Okay. Have at it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I must admit, sometimes like he'll turn his back and I'll fuck with something just I'll move something just to see how you gonna react. And he'll turn around like, I just straightened it up. Like, it must have tilted back over when you know it must have tilted back over. That's all. I'm wrong for that, but you know, it's out of love. It's out of love. Man, it was a great time with y'all. I can't hold y'all much longer than what I did. I complained about Alicia Baumgarten and Clarissa Shields a bunch. I gave Brian Norman his props, but not too much because, you know, like Trey X said, the guy that he came in there with was a showcase, which it was a feel-good fight for him. Let's see if he's going to feel good with the next person he fight. I'm understanding that Ryan Garcia is supposed to be mixing it up instead of pulling out Devin Haney. He's supposed to be mixing it up with Conor Benn, which if it really is serious and goes down, I'm thinking that Ryan should be Conor Benn. Unless Conor can come bull rushing and keep Brian on his back foot, then he might stand a chance to steal it from Ryan. But Ryan, I think, you know, he could be able to rely on his amateur background and the fights that he's had. He should have learned some things. He's fighting at a more comfortable weight. He ain't got to drain himself down. Has he fought he's fought at 147 now, so he should be acclimated at 147, him and Mario Barrios. So I'm thinking that Ryan Garcia should be able to go ahead and snatch a victory from Conor Benn. And possibly they go ahead and send Conor Benn on his way. But, you know, the mouth of Australia, we see what he do. We'll see what he do. Other than that, beautiful time and the stories of my wife I got to cut my grass in the morning too. But let me go ahead and write this down real quick. He said, hold on, let me find it. What's the name of that stuff? Cheated iron. Let me write that down. Cheated iron. Is it like pellets or seed or liquid? What is it, Napoleon Armstrong? Because I'm really gonna look into that because I need luscious green grass. And I gotta kill the ants too. I need something to kill the ants and the bugs in the yard because I want my grandson, when he come, I want to let him be able to go out the backyard and play because this is a nice sized backyard. I'm actually thinking about asking my brother Otis to help me build a little playground thing. He got one in his yard for his grandbaby. It's cool. It's got a ladder, the little wall to climb on, the little net. It's like a little playground, but it's just right for the kids. You know, it's not, you know, it can deal with kids up to about age 10, about that big. I don't know if kids at 10 years old still play on playgrounds, but I know at least from 3 to 7, maybe 8, they'll be interested in it. So I want to build one of those in the backyard. I got 3 granddaughters and a grandson, and I want to, start getting them to come here and being able to have stuff to have fun with. But then again, I might not have to do that because I forgot my wife went hunting through the neighborhood. Come to find out, we got a park here and a basketball. We got a basketball court. We got a walking track. This water park that's at the basketball court, so your kids could play. Which I wish I had this when my little girls was growing up. I used to go to the court, throw their bicycles in the car, drive them to the court. I'd be hooping, but I'm watching them ride their bikes. But I was like, y'all can only ride y'all bike so far. And I shoot a basket to get a rebound, pass the ball. I'm looking out, making sure that I see all three of them riding their bikes. But, they were big girls. They were smart enough to scream if somebody was trying to mess with them. I made sure they understood that. You see somebody trying to talk to one of y'all, you get to screaming like you retarded. I know retarded not a good word to use, but hey, it is what it is. Get screaming so your daddy can hear you and come to the rescue. We ain't trying to have none of that nonsense, that crazy stuff. He said, I can hear it. Check it out. It's an interesting story. I am going to check it out after I get off with it. Like I said, I appreciate you sending it to me because I want to know what old Parrish had to say about old Mike. And I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not surprised at some of the stories I hear about Mike. He really was a butthole when it comes to trying to win. But usually when you hear about the ones that push themselves to that point of greatness, they be buttholes. They really do be. In some way, shape, form, or fashion, that game becomes bigger than life to them, and they just push. And it usually end up before the career is over, they done pushed everybody away from them. But that's how you get greatness in history, greatness in sports. Some of the great ones end up being able to keep everything. Some of them lose stuff. So, it just depends. But I'm looking forward to Alicia Baumgartner. Well, first I want to see if she going to sue, which I'm pretty sure she probably will. But if she pushing for my girl to do some jail time, that's weak to me. You don't want to get slapped no more? Stop talking out the side of your neck. And I ain't condoning a slap. I'm just saying it is what it is. What would you have done? With that being said, I got to run to the little boy's room, and then I got to run to the store real quick and grab some few items for me and my son because we home by ourselves. Because my wife went to visit her mother, so they can do some stuff tomorrow. So it's like a big boys time tonight. Me and my boy, we got the house to ourselves. We could walk around, make noise. I can drink drinks in the bedroom and leave it sitting on the table and not have to worry about somebody saying, you finished with that over there? Because my wife be touching stuff. Just touching stuff. I'm like, don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. And she just touched it anyway. She waits till I go to work and then call and say, oh, I had went in your room and I hung this picture up. So you went in my room and you was touching stuff. Why are you touching stuff inside my man cave? I got a sign. I don't make a sign that say no ma'am. But I got stuff that's like, don't enter the room. But she don't listen. She do not listen. She be touching stuff. She be moving stuff. And then she give me this look. And then I melt because I'm like, that's the look. That's the look. With that being said, gentlemen, my sisters, if y'all listening in the background, Almond Brown, Dimps Design, La D, who keeps saying, MZ, you be tripping, MZ. I said twerking last week, meant to say tweaking. Y'all knew what the hell I meant to say. Laughed at me, but it's okay. Like I said, sometimes I see the stuff from my mind to my mouth for whatever reason, it be coming out wrong. But it don't come out wrong when I rap. Go figure. With all that being said, hold on. Oh, with all that being said, you know what else? I think tonight, I might even go to sleep with the TV on and the fan. Just because she gone and she won't know. She can't say nothing. Peace, y'all. Thanks for stopping through. It's been a great time talking to y'all. Sorry that we didn't talk about the fights that's coming up this weekend. But I'm a trendsetter. Setting trends, trendsetting. You know how I go. What else to say? I didn't wait. I lost the whole thing. Lost it all. Whole thing. Oh man. Quick movie review. Not a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I guess that's what you're supposed to say when you get ready to tell a movie review. So I checked out Mortal Kombat. Ha ha. And the characters, they had the characters there. They brought some characters back, but it's more comedic. They went to I guess a more friendly tone, but they do have the finishing moves. They don't say finishing though. You don't hear the finishing, but you do see the moves. Katana is in there. They got her using her fans the way she doing the game. They got Jackson there. They got Baraka in there, and they got him looking ugly like the Baraka with all the teeth in his mouth. They got Luke. Is it Luke Cage? No, not Luke. Luke Kane. They got Luke Kane in there. He do his moves. They got the dude with the hat with the blade on it. I can't remember his name, but they got him. Lord Raiden. They got him, but Ray's not doing the fighting just like he didn't do none of them. He don't do a lot of fighting, which kind of sucks because I'm like Raiden was like one of my favorite characters on the game. And Johnny Cage is in there. But it's a nice look, you know, to check out with the kiddies. The kiddies will really enjoy it if they into the game. You have to be a gamer, I think. If you were into the game, then you would kind of enjoy the movie. But it's decent, you know what I'm saying? It's decent. The dude to play Johnny Cage, he kind of got a name. I can't say that I really see any other big names in the movie that I can remember right off the top of my head. But then I guess that's why it's a spoiler alert. But if you like those kind of things to watch, then check out Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I give it a C. Unless you're a gamer, and if you're a gamer, you would probably give it a B. They also got what's the other game? Street Fighter. I saw Street Fighter coming out. They got 50 Cent playing Balrog. They got well, I know he playing that, but they got all the characters in that one, and this to be coming out pretty soon. But what I'm waiting for to come out is oh my goodness. I talked to my wife so many times about watching this movie that's supposed to be coming out, and now I can't remember the name of the dang on movies, and I'm waiting for it to come out. But I'm waiting for it to come out. It's shoot. See, that's what happened. I can't. Sometimes you just forget stuff. Sometimes you forget stuff. With that being said, this time I'm going to say I'm out for real. For real, I'm out this time for real. Y'all, dang, what's that movie though? I want to tell y'all the movie. Oh, there's a Mummy movie out. Now, if you like, how can I put it? It's like, it's not like your average mummy movie where it's slow mummy movie, or it's not like the one with Brandon Fraser. It's not like that. This mummy movie is about a girl who gets abducted because this family is cursed, where this mummy spirit is like real evil. If it gets out of being the mummy body, it can really do damage to the world. So what they have to do is after every so many years, they have to replace a body to contain this spirit. I'm gonna give y'all that. But this mummy gets into this little girl, and their family finds her back, but she's going through stuff, and they trying to help her through it. And with that, I'm gonna say, if you get a chance to check out this Mummy movie, if you're a little squirmish, you might not want to watch it because it's got some real squirmish stuff that takes place in it, but it's a good movie. And the Mummy, the way they mixed it is kind of like it's not just mummification mummy. It's got like some supernatural, some supernatural stuff that's going on. So with that being said, get a chance to watch The Mummy, go ahead and check it out. I'm looking for, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the new Thor Hercules movie to come out. I'm hearing it's supposed to be coming out pretty soon. All these movies I'm naming so far, like the Mortal Kombat, it's at the movies now. I actually watched it at home. I don't have to go to the movies no more because my brother hooked me up with this link so I can watch all the movies the minute they show up at the show. But if you get a chance to check out The Mummy, for those of you who might like scary movies, check out The Mummy. I'm telling you, it's a good look, especially if you like scary movies. This one I think will fit perfectly for you. Like I said, Supernatural, Mummy. I'll give you a quick tidbit. The wrappings that they use for the Mummy, it has like hieroglyphs on it. It's a spell to keep the mummy trapped in his body, to keep the spirit trapped in the body. It's gonna give you the details of it, but I think it's a good look. It's kind of like the Tom Cruise Mummy, where that's almost what it's like. It's like the Tom Cruise Mummy, but it's a lot more wicked. And there's no hero. You know, Tom Cruise ended up being like a hero villain toward the end because he ended up sacrificing himself in his movie. There's no sacrifice in this Mummy movie here. Whoever it is a sacrifice, but they ain't happy about it. You know what I'm saying? They're not happy about the sacrifice. They don't want to be sacrificed because it's bad. And I'm trying to tell you without giving too much of the movie away. I see Eric, you might be kind of interested in it, but it's called The Mummy. That's the name of it. It's called The Mummy. I think the ratings they tried to give it is like 7 stars. On weirdness, I give it like 9 stars. On the idea of how they're telling the story of it, I'll give it like 9 stars. So I'll say it's close to a 10-star movie. Only thing that's not there is like star power, but you don't really need the star power like that because of the plot and the idea of what it is and the way they tell the story. So you get a chance to check it out, please do. I think it's a good look. I think you'll be quite interested in it, and I think you'll come back to me and be like, MG, that was a good movie. With that being said, I'm gonna close out the night. I hope you all have a good night. Y'all could have been anywhere spending your time, but you chose to spend it here with me, and I appreciate that. And with those words, love you, peace, I'm out.